infuriating at this point. Like earlier, you're miserable about something. All you have to do is say what it is and it's fine. You don't clean up after yourself. Neither do you. So, we're even. It's fine. Don't worry about it. I don't go around complaining about everything that you don't clean up after. Why? But you don't look that in your brain. You don't even want us to pay for any of it. So, who really cares what you have to say? Like, what does it even matter? If you want to clean up, I'll have one. It's my money. But this is the thing, even right now, you just ignore all of that. I'm giving you options for everything, you just ignore everything. You're not actually trying to sort out any of these problems. And if you've got a problem with bins, why don't you call them? Why does it have to be me? You can call people, you can get it sorted, you can take them out if you want to. But no, because Alice doesn't actually do anything. I'm trying to right now, I'm spending pretty much every day trying to figure out where 75,000 pounds has gone. And whether I'm ever going to get it. And then any of my future YouTube revenue. Because the company's holding my channel hostage. So yeah, sorry I forget about the clean side sometimes. I got bigger fish to fry.
But during all of this, he broke a ton of her stuff, her keyboard, her camera, her 2 monitor screens, and she left, and then he tries love bombing her again and saying how sorry he is and trying to get her back. Message after message, she even shares a screen recording of her going through the messages of him not leaving her alone. He sent her an Amazon package when she wouldn't respond with an apology, a handwritten letter, even sent a voice message which we can hear in the Google Drive as well.
It wasn't acceptable behaviour, like in any way, shape or form. It was insane. Like, I guess I've just been stuck in that cycle for so long that I felt like I could do no wrong. I felt like I was the, oh, look at me, I do all this work and I do everything and I try and do this and, just nobody's appreciative and, I know you appreciated it, and I know that you appreciated the effort that I used to put in. And then I just stopped because I had you, and you're my girlfriend, and we lived together, and the more further we got through our relationship, the less effort I put in. I didn't listen to you. You were right. It's not your fault. You didn't do anything wrong. I was impossible to work with. I didn't make it easy. I constantly thought inwards about myself and not about you and what was going on.
And I am so, so glad that it ended there. I wish it ended sooner, but it could have gotten so much worse seeing how his behavior progressed over this time. It's absolutely disgusting, despicable. He's just the absolute worst. I can't believe I ever used to watch his channel. He used to be one of my favorite channels, by the way, which right now is just really embarrassing. It's disgusting. It's inexcusable behavior. There is no way to excuse it. There is no way to look at this in a different light. The evidence is there. He did what he did and he spoke to her the way that he spoke to her. That is it. Allegedly in a court of law or something. I do really hope, obviously, that Alice is able to move on and to heal. And like I've said a million times already, I hope that Alex rots in a pit. Like I said, though, 2 more exes came forward with their stories after Alice was brave enough to share hers. These are both quite a bit shorter, so I'm gonna read them in full, almost in full. I'll skip bits that I don't need to read, but obviously for all of this, everything is going to be linked in the description, including Alice's statement, which you can read in full if you would like to. The first of these next 2 statements is from Annie, who tweeted out saying, "My experience with I'm Alex. I dated Alex from June 2017 till March 2018. It was the most toxic relationship I've ever been in, and I was lucky to get out of it when I did. During the relationship, he made me feel insane, like I wasn't myself anymore. It never felt like he listened to me. I always felt belittled and inferior. Whenever we recorded videos together, he would constantly talk over me and never let me have my moment. Most of the time when I had problems, he always somehow made it about himself or talked about his own issues. He would get stressed over his YouTube channel constantly and complain about uploading, as if it was the hardest job on the planet and no one had it harder than him. His classic line was, "I can't catch a break." If we ever had a disagreement, he would also sometimes allude to the possibility of K-ing himself over minor conflicts as a threat, so I couldn't continue with conversations. It was nearly impossible to give him any kind of criticism because it was like adding to the pile of minor issues that he had already blown far out of proportion in his head. Another thing he did was spin his own narrative and twist words. He didn't just do this in the relationship, but he did it in his work and with his friends. It was the main reason why many people stopped talking to him, because we started to realize that when there was even the smallest amount of drama and he heard about it, he would make sure to involve himself, even if the subject had absolutely nothing to do with him, and he would just make everything so much worse. He did to me what he has done in his relationship with Alice, where he would fly off the handle and get mad, then act all apologetic and sad to try and get me to feel sorry for him and forgive everything he had said and done. Lastly, the only time he ever laid a finger on me was when he grabbed me as I was trying to run away from a conflict, which is very similar to what happened with Alice. We were trying to record a YouTube video together and he was getting frustrated at having to restart the recording multiple times. He started shouting and beating his fists on the table, even going as far as to break his microphone. I was scared, so I got up to leave the room, which is when he grabbed my arm to physically stop me. I remember saying, "You grabbed my arm," several times in shock, as if to say, who the F would ever grab someone like that? Once again, I was fortunate that this was the only time something like that ever happened. I got out before it got even worse, as it clearly has with the new information that's come out. It saddened me that it's all come this far. I wish Alice the best privately, and it breaks my heart to have seen all the things she had gone through. I hope Alice's and my stories show you what he was really like behind the scenes. If you're in an abusive relationship, please get out now. You can't fix them. He's clearly just somebody with intense anger issues and who just can't control himself and thinks that he can just get away with this kind of behavior. I mean, it's 3 relationships that we know of that he's doing this. And if that all wasn't bad enough, another person called Jess came out and tweeted, "This is my experience with Alex." From November 2018 to February 2020, I was in an on and off relationship with Alex. As everyone else seems to experience, the first few months up to a year were as you'd expect with a brand new relationship. I can't speak much now, as 4 years later I've suppressed these memories and don't tend to think back on that time. I had made a statement in 2020 for my own personal closure and didn't expect it to go anywhere but just exist. I really wanted to reach out to someone, but I knew I didn't have the evidence because I deleted our messages to try and get over the breakup. I've included my original statement alongside a Facebook message between Alex and my friend during an insomnia event where he thought I wasn't in our hotel room. He left to go see Slazo before the accusations, and I had woken up to banging at the door to said friend, showing me this message and saying Alex was looking for me. I was in bed next to him, he just didn't bother to look. When confronted, he laughed about it, and I told him to never say that about me again. Well, I'm thankful I'm now in a position where my current partner has helped me heal through the damage Alex caused. My heart breaks for Alice having gone through so much worse and still dealing with the consequences. This is my experience with Alex. From November behind the scenes, if you're in an abusive relationship, leave the room, which to do with him, because it was like most of the time when I had problems. My experience with I'm Alex. I dated Alex from June 2017 till March 2018. It was the most toxic relationship I've ever been in, and I was lucky to get out of it when I did. During the relationship, he made me feel insane, like I wasn't myself anymore. It never felt like he listened to me. I always felt belittled and inferior. Whenever we recorded videos together, he would constantly talk over me and never let me have my moment. Most of the time when I had problems, he always somehow made it about himself or talked about his own issues. He would get stressed over his YouTube channel constantly and complain about uploading, as if it was the hardest job on the planet and no one had it harder than him. His classic line was, "I can't catch a break." If we ever had a disagreement, he would also sometimes allude to the possibility of repaying himself over minor conflicts as a threat, so I couldn't continue with conversations. It was nearly impossible to give him any kind of criticism because it was like adding to the pile of minor issues that he had already blown far out of proportion in his head. Another thing he did was spin his own narrative and twist words. He didn't just do this in the relationship, but he did it in his work and with his friends. It was the main reason why many people stopped talking to him, because we started to realize that when there was even the smallest amount of drama and he heard about it, he would make sure to involve himself, even if the subject had absolutely nothing to do with him, and he would just make everything so much worse. He did to me what he has done in his relationship with Alice, where he would fly off the handle and get mad, then act all apologetic and sad to try and get me to feel sorry for him and forgive everything he had said and done. Lastly, the only time he ever laid a finger on me was when he grabbed me as I was trying to run away from a conflict, which is very similar to what happened with Alice. We were trying to record a YouTube video together and he was getting frustrated at having to restart the recording multiple times. He started shouting and beating his fists on the table, even going as far as to break his microphone. I was scared, so I got up to leave the room, which is when he grabbed my arm to physically stop me. I remember saying, "You grabbed my arm," several times in shock, as if to say, who the F would ever grab someone like that? Once again, I was fortunate that this was the only time something like that ever happened. I got out before it got even worse, as it clearly has with the new information that's come out. It saddened me that it's all come this far. I wish Alice the best privately, and it breaks my heart to have seen all the things she had gone through. I hope Alice's and my stories show you what he was really like behind the scenes. If you're in an abusive relationship, please get out now. You can't fix them. He's clearly just somebody with intense anger issues and who just can't control himself and thinks that he can just get away with this kind of behavior. I mean, it's 3 relationships that we know of that he's doing this. And if that all wasn't bad enough, another person called Jess came out and tweeted, "This is my experience with Alex." From November 2018 to February 2020, I was in an on and off relationship with Alex. As everyone else seems to experience, the first few months up to a year were as you'd expect with a brand new relationship. I can't speak much now, as 4 years later I've suppressed these memories and don't tend to think back on that time. I had made a statement in 2020 for my own personal closure and didn't expect it to go anywhere but just exist. I really wanted to reach out to someone, but I knew I didn't have the evidence because I deleted our messages to try and get over the breakup. I've included my original statement alongside a Facebook message between Alex and my friend during an insomnia event where he thought I wasn't in our hotel room. He left to go see Slazo before the accusations, and I had woken up to banging at the door to said friend, showing me this message and saying Alex was looking for me. I was in bed next to him, he just didn't bother to look. When confronted, he laughed about it, and I told him to never say that about me again. Well, I'm thankful I'm now in a position where my current partner has helped me heal through the damage Alex caused. My heart breaks for Alice having gone through so much worse and still dealing with the consequences. She deserves nothing but peace and happiness here on out. Nothing she has done will justify his actions towards her. And she also shares the message of Alex looking for her when she was apparently in the bed. He's saying, "Where's Jess? I'm angry at her. I'm going to kick her head in. Now I'm locked out. Might actually K her." Sounds very, very reminiscent of the way that he talked about Alice. This just seems to be a horrific pattern of behavior for him. And like she mentioned, there is a thread from 2020 where she shares some of her experiences in a Notes app statement. This is quite long and I will of course link it in the description, but it is absolutely just horrific that she or anybody was treated like this. After all of this happened, a lot of his former friends started to come out with their own statements. People like Memulus or iNabber all saying things about him and how they didn't know that this was going on until very recently, even though there had been some suspicions about him and his behavior in the past.
For years now, Dr. Disrespect's ban has been a massive mystery. No one knows the exact reasons why he was absolutely banned from Twitch like Voldemort. People weren't even allowed to play with him without getting threatened to be banned from Twitch. So a lot of speculation has happened for the reasons. Well, just now, pretty much like 20 minutes ago, a former Twitch employee has come out and given crazy allegations towards Dr. Disrespect and allegedly revealing why he's banned. If you remember, the days Dr. Disrespect was banned, a massive esports reporter known as Slasher first tweeted out this. Look, for several hours now, I've been told from credible sources the reason Dr. Disrespect has been banned. However, due to the importance and sensitivity around the subject, I've refrained from going on it. I don't feel comfortable with it currently. And that was in 2020 when he was initially banned. So, Cody Connors, an former Twitch employee, just tweeted this out about Dr. Disrespect. He got banned because he got caught sexting a minor in the then existing Twitch Whispers product. He was trying to meet up with her at TwitchCon. The powers that be could read it in plain text. Case closed, gang. No one made the wrong decision. Fuck him and his boys. I mean, first of all, what a massive allegation. 100%, as anyone should, would need way more evidence to substantiate such a insane claim, especially when, you know, the doc hasn't shied away now from talking about this. This is something he said about his ban.
I make probably a quarter of what I was making on Twitch. A year later from being banned from the platform, well, you know, a lot of people think, hey, Doc, you did good. You're incredible. Listen, we've certainly tried to maximize the most of what we have to work with. And that's certainly been the case, champs, and I appreciate the support. You guys have just been absolutely amazing. What the Twitch ban has really, how it's really affected us, not just from a financial standpoint, but from a networking standpoint, from all the relationships we've built over the past 5 years in terms of Activision and EA. I mean, everyone, all the big sponsors, all the big partnerships, they have to question, why did you get banned, right? So our ultimate bigger building out of the umbrella and the Doc universe and everything, whether it's obvious or not, the blacklisting, the shadow banning, it's happening, and as well as you think we're doing, and I think we're doing well enough. I'll tell you, man, it's been extremely disheartening. It's been a roller coaster of emotion, and it's absolutely fucking sucks. And to end off my little discussion here, but a lot of people ask me, do you know the reason? Well, yeah, I do know the reason why now. I've known for months now the reason why. And I'll just say this right now, champs. There's a reason why we're suing the fuck out of them, okay? I don't know how else to put it. The amount of damages and you just don't, no.
Apparently, back then, he was suing the hell out of Twitch. Not sure what came of that. The Twitch CEO even talked about the Dr. Disrespect ban in a really weird analogy and way.
Twitch chat wants to know, after all these years, why was Dr. Disrespect banned?
Wow, I've never had that one. Whoa. Well, now that I'm on Mrs. Channel, let me tell you what really happened, okay? So, there was an alien invasion, okay? Many people did not know about the alien invasion, okay? Oh. And the aliens actually possessed Dr. Disrespect.
Oh.
Okay? And it actually took over the globe using Twitch.
With the Shungite.
Yes, okay. And so the only way we could save civilization, okay, was to take the action we did. Okay, so it was to save civilization.
Clearly the Twitch CEO was like making a weird joke of it all, but if these allegations were as serious as the former Twitch employees claiming, I don't know the Twitch CEO would joke about it all. Slasher, when this all came out, Slasher then tweeted today, "I didn't lie," referring to the tweet I read you earlier. So he's basically saying that these were the claims I heard back in 2020. Jake Lucky reported on this, saying a former Twitch employee has come forward and stated the alleged reason for Dr. Disrespect's permanent Twitch ban for being sexting a minor in the previous Twitch Whispers product. Dr. Disrespect replied with, Jake, seriously, I get it, it's a hot topic, but this has been settled. No wrongdoing was acknowledged and they paid out the whole contract. So that also answers my last question with what happened with the settlement. Apparently they paid out his whole contract. However, a lot of people are tweeting saying they need a stronger response than that to these serious allegations. I guess I agree with that. If I'm Dr. Disrespect and I'm being levied these insanely heavy allegations, I would be like, I absolutely did not do that shit. I did not sex the minor and try and meet up with her. That's a complete fabrication. Not no wrongdoing was acknowledged. That's a very corporate way of trying to get around something. Now, I'm not saying that's implicating him. I'm just saying I would like to see a much stronger response to these insane allegations. Like, Twitch paid out the full contract. Does that mean if these allegations were the actual allegations that he didn't do it? You know, we need a stronger statement from the doc. I'm sure he'll go on stream and fully address this tomorrow because it absolutely needs to be addressed. But at the moment, that's the only thing the doc has said. This is massive news and stuff, so you got to wait before jumping to any conclusions here because evidence is absolutely key here because these are life-ruining allegations. However, we're going to keep on top of this as it goes on. Subscribe to the channel if you want to stay on top of this. Like and subscribe, and until next time, fuck off.
In the midst of the allegations being made against I'm Alex, people have started looking at his friends with heightened suspicion. When Alice first made her statement about her experience with I'm Alex when they were in a relationship, some of his friends immediately took to social media to speak out about this and against him, claiming that they had no knowledge of what was going on. One person from this friend group, though, has received a lot more backlash. This is iNabber. Now, I'm convinced that every single person in my audience knows who iNabber is, but if you don't, he is an English commentary creator. He makes longer videos about creators, people like Jojo Siwa or Gabby Hanna, Colleen Ballinger, and his most recent video was 5 hours long. I had made it my mission, by the way, to get through that entire video, but so far I've only gotten through an hour and a half of it because I just never have any time to do anything. But you get the gist anyway of his content, and for the most part, iNabber has been pretty unproblematic. Not many people have had bad things to say about him, although of course it is the internet. People are always going to say bad things. But this changed when his ex put up a thread on Twitter about him after Alice came forward with her allegations about I'm Alex. This thread is somewhat a response to iNabber's statements about I'm Alex. So before we go over it, I want to just briefly touch on the statements that I never made. And if you're unaware of the I'm Alex situation, I would recommend that you check out the video in the description so that you can catch up, because otherwise none of this is going to make sense. I mean, maybe it'll make sense if you were really smart and can piece this together, but I'm not really smart, so I wouldn't have been able to piece it together if I didn't know. Back when Alex was living with the people he lived with, I didn't really speak to him much. Dude kind of went MIA other than YouTube stuff, as he had a new set of friends, which was pretty normal. Only summer year, Alex started properly interacting with us in a server to play games. I've always been friends with him. Seen Alex about once since 2023. The dude never discussed personal stuff with us, lol, solely just YouTube and games. Then he shares a screenshot of a conversation between himself and somebody else talking about I'm Alex and Alice. And he says this was March last year when we thought they were still together or seeing each other. We suspected they kept breaking up, then trying to work on things when refollowing each other and unfollowing, but the man never wanted to discuss it with us ever. Literally zero idea what was going on, a refusal to talk about it, but no indication of the true extent. They were still making videos together, as was him and his old friend group, until early 2024, so really had nothing to go off. When I saw that tweet in April, I called him and was told about their toxic relationship, and from there to now, I and others were trying to work out what the hell was going on. With this Alice situation, I was personally kept in the dark on it for such a long time. I think what makes me feel truly guilty is I genuinely thought those two were really happy together until me and friends saw signs they kept falling out via unfollows and TikTok reposts. I know even before this situation, Alex has been involved in a lot of stuff, but I've always been loyal to him as a friend and tried to stick by him, even if he was perceived as a dickhead by a great many of people. Me and that man used to argue and fall out a lot, but last year when we started playing games together, I genuinely thought he was becoming a much better person and a happier person, and I thought that was because he had finally settled down with someone, and that thought now makes me feel ill and an overwhelming amount of guilt. Me and Alex had a very toxic friendship. I would prefer to keep that part private for the most part, but with all these clips, recordings, messages in the document, I read them for the first time this week too, and that makes me feel more sick. The fact I got zero honesty even in the end. Whole thing is just awful, and again, nothing but my support goes out to Alice. When asking for DMs, Alex told me he had, proving his innocence, he refused. Just showing these to prove literally from slightly seeing rumors, I confronted him straight away. I know that I'm changing the wording slightly here, but in a lot of these, the grammar and the spelling is just all over the place, so I'm just reading it the way that makes the most sense to my mouth. I hope that's okay. I'm not like changing the meaning or anything. And another thing I haven't spoken about is how when I confronted Alex, he shaped himself out to be a victim, putting a lot of pressure on me because he was trying to convince me how this whole story is out of context and a lie. From the moment I heard his story, I stopped making podcasts with him. I deleted every podcast with him a month ago because I just didn't believe his story. As I said, I've had a toxic friendship with Alex. We've had so many fallings out and fights. I'd say we stayed friends for YouTube reasons, but over the years I've been in a few second channel videos with him, and after the E-Boy situation, I think it was very obvious we just had a toxic friendship. I look back on a lot of it now and realize how much bullshit there was, and I'm honestly quite embarrassed how I've never personally addressed that to myself. And he shares proof from Social Blade that he did delete the podcast episodes. The only thing I ever heard about Alex was rumors his roommates and him fell out, and they wrote down the shit he said about them, and that was earlier last year. They all continued making content together, and then he moved in with Alice, so I just thought everyone in his circle was cool with him. There was a few more in there, but the gist of it, you pretty much got it. He's just saying that he knew that there was some issues in the relationship, but never knew what Alex was doing to Alice or the extent of just how bad it was, and also touches on his own toxic friendship with Alice, which was actually something I had heard about a while ago from somebody else, and it was one of the reasons I ended up stopping watching I'm Alex, because I heard about that situation and then the whole Slazo thing, and I just didn't want to watch him anymore, and then all of this stuff with Alice came out. But anyway, after he posted his statement on Instagram stories about Alex, his ex posted on Twitter about him. I never knew what Alex was. He would often comment how he was an awful person and even labeled Alex a narcissist himself. Everyone knew what a disgusting person Alex was and is. Pretending you were in the dark is inacceptable. inexcusable. He knew about the untrue allegations Alex made against Charlie because he was the one that told me when we were still together. He didn't speak about it like it was a rumor, he spoke about it like it was fact. I spoke to Charlie about it in August. While I don't believe that anyone knew the full extent Alex was treating Alice, everyone knew Alex was a narcissist prior to Alice's statement from how he treated literally everyone else. He's cold and malicious in ways there is no way anyone can deny. Alex was an extremely toxic friend to Fraser, along with so many others, and as someone who once loved him, it was hard to watch, but Fraser admitted to me that he put up with it because being friends with Alex benefited him in his work. Fraser is also a very calculated person. Manipulation and lying comes so easy to him, it is disturbing. He is not the same, but not far different from Alex behind closed doors. What I experienced in my relationship with Fraser is something I am still working through to this day in therapy. I will not be putting out a detailed statement because my situation is something I would like to heal from in private without the input from strangers online. What I do feel comfortable to say is that the way I was treated drove me to a suicide attempt in June of 2023, back when I was still living with him. Suicidal thoughts and tendencies is still something I'm struggling with because of that relationship and struggling to heal properly. I also got diagnosed with chronic stress from how he treated me. I experienced and continue to experience hair loss, extreme daily nausea and vomiting, insomnia, and debilitating migraines from all the emotional implications of that relationship. The physical and mental implications I have from that relationship is again why I will not be disclosing what I went through. It's still very raw, and I do not wish for my past traumas to be pulled apart like I have seen done to Alice. I have such deep empathy for Alice, and coming forward with her experience was an incredibly brave and strong thing to do. I wish her nothing but happiness and healing from the truly awful things she had to endure, along with all of the other people Alex maliciously treated. When this made its way to Twitter, people all over were talking about it. It was all that I was seeing in my timeline, along with stuff to do with I'm Alex. So because of this, Inaber responded in his own Google Doc, and in that he shares a lot of screenshots and insight into his relationship. Her statement starts off very strong. She says, I never knew what Alex was. So she ended up correcting herself, saying, sorry, there's a bit of confusion with my wording, so I just want to clear up that I was saying Fraser knew the type of person Alex is, and not that he knew Alex was abusing Alice. I was angry that he was making her situation about himself and acting defensive when this should have nothing to do with him. Really sorry if my words were not clear in that. So off the bat, we have it here that he didn't know what was going on with Alice, and she admits that. And even in his own original thread, he had said that he had a toxic relationship with I'm Alex, and that he knew bad things about him, but he thought he was becoming a better person. So this seems to line up with what she's saying here. And I want to read you exactly what Inaber says about her statement, saying that he's a calculated person, manipulation and lying come easy to him, and that he's not far different from Alex behind closed doors. He says, firstly, to suggest I'm not far different from Alex behind closed doors is an absolutely wild allegation. Alex, based on texts, was regularly telling Alice to kill herself, calling her a and multiple other abusive things. Yes, me and Kirst had arguments like any other couple, but it never got to that. Now this is where we get to June 2023. This is what I'm very confused about, and I understand is a serious allegation, as she's blaming me for attempt that month. Now I know Kirsty has depression and does absolutely have real struggles that I'd never deny, but I have struggled to find any reference to that in her texts. Here's some screenshots of me searching for texts related to what I could find. In May of 2023, she went and picked things up from her old flat, and I went there after and found a note which pretty much was her saying she didn't realize at the time how she appreciated our relationship, and just in general that she had a lot of regrets. It was a really lovely letter, and in these texts he is telling her about the letter, and she responds to that. He also goes on to show some screenshots from June when they weren't talking very much. Obviously obviously at this point they had broken up, but in these there doesn't seem to be any kind of indication that there was anything particularly wrong between them, besides obviously being broken up. Like that is something wrong between them, but nothing like what was happening between Alice and I'm Alex. What's important to note here is that after they broke up, he says that they lived together for several months because she didn't have somewhere else to live. So obviously that would be an extremely stressful situation for both of them to be in, to have to live with your ex. That sounds absolutely horrific. And apparently it's something that's happening a lot more now. I was listening to a podcast the other day, and there was couples who were getting divorced who had to continue living with each other because the Irish housing situation is just so bad that they can't afford to move out. So they have to live with the person that they're divorcing. It's absolutely ridiculous. So this is, like I said, understandably a very stressful situation for anybody to be in, and it probably did put quite a lot of stress on her. But from the text that I never shows in this document, there doesn't seem to be any indication that he was causing her any stress in particular, just that the situation was causing her stress. And unfortunately for her case, she hasn't shared any evidence of her own. She's just made somewhat vague accusations against him that can't be backed up by anything, some of which had to be backtracked on. Like I said, she had to clarify that Einaber didn't know what was happening between Alex and Alice, even though she somewhat implied that, and that she had to confirm, no, Fraser did not physically touch me. When I say the physical implications, I mean the implications of the chronic stress symptoms. So here's the problem, and I'm not ever one to just say this doesn't line up, this doesn't seem right. You guys know me, I try and be fair and take everything into account, but the issue is that she has said some very, very damning stuff. After the allegations that came out about I'm Alex, she said that Einaber is not far off from Alex. Now what I'm Alex did was insult, berate, abuse, and physically hurt his girlfriend. So when somebody says something like that, that Einaber is not far off from I'm Alex, just after those allegations have dropped, the average person is going to see that and assume that Einaber was equally as... But what we found out so far is that she has confirmed he did not physically hurt her in any way, that he didn't actually know what was happening between Alex and Alice, and the only texts that have been shared or any kind of evidence is from Einaber's side, and all of those look lovely and normal. She has shared nothing. All that seems to have really been going on here was a very, very stressful situation. But again, to reiterate, all that we can say here is that the situation was stressful, not that he was doing anything to her like what Alex did to Alice. The only concrete accusation that she has made against him is in a TikTok. Now, I can't play the audio for you because it's copyrighted, but it's Sabrina Carpenter's Please, Please, Please. The lyrics are something like, I know you want some fresh air, but the ceiling fan is so nice. And to that she says, maybe my ex was just channeling Sabrina when he would shut me in a room for hours, not allowed to make any noise, and would shout at me for flushing the toilet. So again, this implies that he physically locked her in a room. But according to Einaber in his document, all this actually amounts to is that when he was recording a video, he would ask her to be quiet, or if she could maybe go out and walk the dog. That was it. And that is very normal. When I'm recording, I ask my girlfriend to be quiet because you have to. My cat meows for me when I'm in here because she wants to come in here and cuddle me, and so I've had to close the door on my cat with my girlfriend in there and ask, can you mind her so that I don't have extra noise? Can you please be quiet? Before, when we lived in a smaller apartment and I would record in the living room, I had to be like, please, please, shush, can you leave the room? Can you leave? If possible, just don't make noise. In the same way that if you live with somebody who works from home and they have a meeting, they're gonna ask you, can you be quiet because I have a meeting? That's a very, very normal thing to do. And if that's all this was, but she's trying to frame it as he's shutting her in a room and like actually her, then there is something really, really off here. And to be honest, the whole thing is not adding up. And like I said, I'm not somebody who normally doubts people on first glance, but there's nothing here. There's absolutely nothing here. And I know that sounds like a terrible thing to say, but if I can't see any evidence of anything, then am I just supposed to assume the worst? And in fact, a former friend of Kirsty has also made a thread on Twitter. Kirsty and I have not been friends for a while, mainly silently unfollowing because she slept with my ex while we were still together, comforted me when I was heartbroken, and then did it again. I was in London with Alex and his editor at the time. I was dating the editor. The thread has since been deleted, but in it she was detailing how Kirsty would often lie about people in what is seemingly a pattern of behavior that is mimicking what she has alleged here. Now, this is not to say that she's lying, but this is what this ex-friend is alluding to. So to be honest, this whole situation is just a bit fishy, and it has unfortunately taken attention away from the very, very serious situation that has come.
I used a soundboard to stream snipe Dr. Disrespect and give him his own hot mic 2 times.
What's going on, everybody? Hope you're all having a fantastic day today. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the other day, XDEFIANT had a freaking massive, when I say massive, I mean massive update. Now, of course, TDM was introduced, but when I say this update was huge, it's more so regarding to what Mark Lubin put out over on Twitter, basically filling us in on the details when it comes to the mastery grind. And let me tell you guys something, the information that he has to share with us all is freaking huge. And I think a lot of the player base is going to be extraordinarily happy with what he has to say. But of course, ladies and gentlemen, before we go ahead and dive deep, if you guys are interested in more content just like this, don't forget to go ahead and subscribe and hit that bell. It goes daily here at 8 in the morning Eastern time. And we are literally right around the corner from 48,000 subscribers. I think we're basically at 50 subscribers away, which is insane. You guys are pumping harder and harder and harder every single day when it comes to the sub goal. So seriously, it means the world to me. And if you guys do want to catch any of my live streams, I'll be live today as well over on Twitch. You guys can find a link to that channel down in the description of this video. And we also host open lobbies over there. So if you see an open spot in my squad, feel free to join in whenever you like. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and start off with Team Deathmatch that was introduced the other day into XDEFIANT. I just want to, touch upon this topic just a little bit here because the community's been begging for this game to be introduced for some strange reason. It plays exactly as I expected, just like any other typical Team Deathmatch where, pretty much every single lobby you join into, the enemies don't want to move from their spawn. They want to try to save as many lives as they can get, while at the same time trying to get bodies. So it just turns into you pretty much pushing their spawn over and over and over and over again. Or if you're on the team that's getting kind of whooped up, then it's them pushing your spawn over and over and over and over again. It's exactly what I expected, and it feels like it plays a bit strange because, again, XDEFIANT is such a heavily OBJ-dominant game, right? Tons of people love to play the objective in this title, and it's one of the main reasons why people even play in the first place. So when they're in Team Deathmatch, it almost seems like it's a bit of confusion because it's like, everybody wants to either capture a flag or go to a zone, but in reality, there's nothing besides just getting kills, so it's like, nobody knows what to do. It's hilarious, honestly, because, it's one of the most basic games. It's not too hard to comprehend it and just running around and having a good time. But, it just seems like it's confusion across the overall battlefield. But, it's a good addition. It's a good addition because, for players who don't want to have to do anything with the OBJ, they want to just grind out weapons, so on and so forth, this is where you're going to want to go. Honestly, it's perfect. You're not going to have to worry about actually capping anything. And I'll be real, with the 100 score limit, you can actually get a decent amount of kills in this Team Deathmatch experience. I was kind of, thinking they were going to maybe put it at like 125 or something, but 100 does it justice. And as you can see in these gameplays, they both last almost 10 minutes long each. I mean, we could barely even get to the score limit, which again is very kind of strange because the game is so fast-paced. Yet the matches in Team Deathmatch and something like this take way longer than, let's go back to a game like Call of Duty where Team Deathmatch is extremely popular. The matches in here take way longer. I mean, a COD Team Deathmatch, it might go like 6-7 minutes. And, sometimes they'll reach the time limit, but usually 6-7 minutes. This is like, man, it's almost 10 minutes every single time. I was kind of shocked, but at the same time, I was happy because it didn't feel slow, though. Even though the time limit was being hit, it didn't feel slow. I still felt like I was finding a lot of action. I was getting a decent flow. Overall, I'm not too disappointed. And I feel like this was a good introduction for the overall community to have something that, again, doesn't hyper-focus objective all the time. But ladies and gentlemen, with that being said, let's push that crap out of the way and really dive deep to the best part about this overall scenario here. Again, keep in mind that this isn't happening right now. So if you log into XDefiant, you're not going to be able to, take advantage of this XP. This is going to be incorporated more than likely within the next update. So more than likely, next Wednesday, or I guess you could say this upcoming Wednesday, because it's just going to be Sunday, and then, next week is starting. So probably around Wednesday, we'll see this implemented. But regardless, it's just so good to see. And in my opinion, this is why XDefiant just absolutely destroys everything I could possibly think of. It's just simply communication. As you can see right here from Mark Rubin, hey all, we've been listening to players about the changes to progression. So for those with a short attention span, not judging, here's the last page of the book, and then I'll go into reasoning and philosophy. We're changing the speed at which you rank up each level. It is going from the current number of 3,000 XP down to 1,500 XP. In effect, doubling the speed at which you level up. The levels that you need to get to unlock a mastery skin are staying the same, but the net effect is that this will revert the change we made, but keep the 14% speed increase. So, indeed, we're still going to have level 200. It's not going back to level 100. This will mean that unlocking attachments will be super fast, but the grind for gold will be 14% faster than what it was before the recent patch. It also means that everyone will get a big bump in their current level. I actually believe Mark said something like, if you're level 116 on a gun like that, then you'll be level 200 by this update. Insane. And I have plenty of guns that are, reaching that range. So, I might have a few guns already maxed out by this new update. But continuing on, this change will be coming very soon, and as soon as I have a specific date, I will let you know. So now, let's talk about what happened and why. Let me point out something that is very obvious. The main grind we have in-game right now is weapon mastery. This is something we are working on and have new ways for players to grind out cool rewards coming in multiple future updates. Like for instance, ranked will be coming in Season 1. But because weapon mastery was the only grind we had, we feared that players would achieve the end of that grind too fast, and that would make the skins feel less special and rewarding. And again, I agree with Mark on this one. You don't want to pump through it too quickly, because then it's not going to actually feel like a reward to have anything like that. And when you see someone with the gold, it's like, oh, who cares? Anybody can get that. But here's the issue. We made a change while the game is alive, and people have already put an effort towards progression. This was a mistake on our part, and we will own that. And that is why we are actually reverting and making it technically even better than before, because attachments will unlock much faster. What we should have done is keep our focus on the new grinds and challenges that we are working on. In other words, keep the focus on what's actually fun for the players. We have always held that this is a player-focused game, and the progression change wasn't it. So I hope that explains the situation, and I hope that everyone who plays our game realizes or remembers that this is a game for the players first. Hope to see you all in game. Again, Mark just absolutely nailing it in every way possible. And again, I understand why they made the change in the first place. It made sense, but when put into action, it just simply didn't work. That's all it is. But they didn't want people to complete it too fast, They were upping the XP rate. If you logically think about it, if you up the amount of XP that you get per weapon, you will obtain the mastery camo so much faster. It's just logical, right? So they didn't want people completing it as fast. But the problem is that they raised it way too high. It wasn't a good trade-off with how much XP you gain per weapon, comparing that to the mastery camo grind now. It just wasn't a good trade-off. And the fact that, him and the team own up to this, they acknowledge this, and they are willing to make a good change for us is phenomenal, because let's be real, this new change is above and beyond. This is better than what we had when the game initially launched. This is going to be wild to see. And when double XP events happen, and you can stack your double XP tokens on those events, you are going to be running through levels. Again, I understand that it's still going to be level 200, but man, the progression that you are going to have while grinding through each weapon is going to be insanely freaking fast. And I'm very curious to see how it's going to actually feel when it, is in our hands. But technically, down to the numbers, the math, yes, this is a much better situation to be in than what we were before. But once again, this is the freaking communication that I'm talking about. Going in depth, letting us know the numbers, letting us know the reasoning behind things, letting us know the details. Things like this is how you keep such a freaking solid community. It's why other communities are in really rough spots, because they feel like they're always left guessing and trying to question what the heck is going on. You know, the developers are always dancing around, you know, certain situations instead of just throwing it on the table and saying, you know, even if you hate this, this is what the heck is going on here. You know, people like that. They respect that when people are truthful and honest with them. And that's what we get in XDefiant all the time. All the freaking time. With every update, with everything that needs to be changed, every adjustment, they let us know all the details. It's insane. And it's been like this since day one. It's one of the reasons why XDefiant, in my opinion, will continue to flourish in the future, because they have this style of communication. The players who actually enjoy it, and this doesn't talk for everybody, you know, because some people don't like XDefiant, and that's fair. You know, XDefiant is not going to be for everybody. But for the individuals who do enjoy this game and do want to join the community, you actually feel like you are a part of the process of this game. You feel like you are actually making a good, positive change for the future of this title. Because just like what Mark said, you know, they want us to feel like this is a game for, obviously, the player base, you know, extra player focused. We are, you know, the middle. We are the soul, the heart of what this game is all about, right? And when you join up in this community and you really get into it and you start following this stuff, you do feel like that. And that is something that I don't think any development team or any game out there has really been able to compete too well with. And, you know, regardless, even if this game does die down to a fewer players, it's just, I'm still going to be here. It doesn't matter. I'm still going to be here because I just love the respect that we get as a community. And I love the passion that the developers have into actually creating a good product. But ladies and gentlemen, as always, if you enjoyed today's video, leave a like. If you hated it, leave a dislike. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell. We post daily here at 8 in the morning Eastern time. And of course, if you guys are interested in any of my live streams, I'll be live today, probably around like 12 to 1 p.m. Eastern time, maybe a bit later on Saturday, maybe 2 to 3 p.m. Eastern time. I don't really know, man. Sometime in between there. Usually it's between 12 to 1. But if you guys are interested, I have a link to my Twitch channel down below. But as always, thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.
Wow, Ethan, great move.
Friends, enemies, and everything in between. Welcome to the H3 show. We're here. It's Friday. We were, okay, and just for the record, yeah, woo, woo, the whistle goes woo. We were meant to have Bobby Lee on today.
Why is Ian's shot so sad?
What do you mean? That's his, dude, we've been negotiating with Demila. That's the most he'll allow us to light his area.
This is the best we can do.
It was worse yesterday. He was in pitch black.
This is more sad than like Ian during COVID shots in the bed.
Right.
Oh, way worse. Ian, why? What's happening? Why? Are you okay?
I don't know why. It's very positive.
You don't know why?
I think we need
There's no lights.
We might need like to allow
I have
for
like nice messages and stuff.
I can't. If you are smiling, I can't see it.
No, I'm smiling.
Can't tell.
Oh my God. Has this been going on for a while?
I think it's been getting darker.
Because I'm an audio listener.
It's been.
I listen while I drive and I don't watch the show. Only hear it.
By the way, how did it go with Queen of Melrose?
Oh my God.
Oh, it was a dream come true.
Fun. Exciting.
I had a great time as well.
The team met up with the Queen of Melrose to shoot a segment yesterday. Very much look forward to enjoying that.
I heard a little bit about it. That sounds amazing.
I'm so excited.
So Bobby Lee was meant to come on today.
Thanks, Dan.
And this is very Bobby Lee thing to do. He intentionally rolled off his tour bus bed.
Whoa.
To avoid coming to the podcast.
Wow.
No, he actually got mega fucked up. He rolled off his bed, I guess, sleeping, and slammed his face on something and like busted his lip wide open. So he's got stitches.
Crazy.
It looks really gnarly. So he called us yesterday.
That's commitment to like canceling on plans.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I knew he was going to find a way out.
It took
I didn't
it to
think
the
he would
next
take
level.
it this far. I didn't think he would. But he called and he's like, I can come, but Just so you, but like, I prefer not to because my lip is busted wide open. It's oozing pus and blood. And honestly, I'm in a ton of pain. And this is the worst thing that's ever happened to me. But I can come in if you want.
Yeah, he called me, and I was trying to pressure him into doing it, but he's like, listen, Dan, if you tell me right now that I will never be allowed on the show ever again, and Ethan will never talk to me again, I'll come. I was like, well, I'm not gonna fucking say that. Like, I'm not a psychopath. So yeah, I guess you don't have to come.
How am I supposed to do the show? I'm covered in slime.
Yeah, true.
Exactly.
So how long does it take to recover from this kind of thing? Like, what are we looking at here?
No idea.
2 weeks?
Probably just a couple weeks.
Couple weeks. Okay, Bobby, you have 2 weeks. You better get healing, buddy. So, but we were able to throw together a really, actually, in my opinion, great episode. There's lots of stuff to talk about here. First, since we have no sponsors, I want to thank first our members and also this great clothing company I just heard about, teddyfresh.com. Very talented designers over there.
I've heard of them.
I've just heard about them.
Yeah. They're the ones that make
So,
that classic
we have
rib racer back.
a new collection of classics for our ladies.
Excited.
It's we got rib shorts and rib bras and leggings.
Ribbed, huh?
So what do you call this? This is
You could wear it to exercise or to hike.
Yo, this is $18.
What's funny, Zach?
What is so funny, dude? Women.
Yeah, Zach, why are you laughing? What the hell?
What's funny, Zach? Dan made a comment.
No, what? I didn't say anything. What's funny, Zach?
What did you say?
I didn't say anything.
All right, whatever.
Your problem, Zach.
So, by the way, $18
Yeah,
for this
the
bralette.
prices are crazy, y'all.
That's what I'm saying. We are slashing the prices of our classics to bring you the best
We got a tank top.
fitted, wonderful ass clothing. Hold on, we're getting there. $22. Women's classic rib fitted T-shirt.
cute.
So what is this? It's just like a tight fit.
It's a perfect
Oh, looks
t-shirt.
nice.
Perfect.
That looks really nice. $22.
It's really nice for every day, honestly. You could wear it to work with a pair of jeans and look fly. You could wear it to the gym, you know?
You could wear it. Could you wear it to a funeral?
Hell yeah.
Beautiful women and
I love this
A bar
collection
mitzvah?
so much.
I mean, we got black, yeah.
What's that, Lena?
I love the ribbed collection so much. I wore the long sleeve green one on Wednesday. I didn't realize it
I
wasn't
haven't
out
seen
yet.
you in it.
Yeah, and a lot of people were asking, when is that coming out? When is that coming out? And I didn't realize. But now you guys know.
So, leggings.
Yeah.
We made our own leggings.
Rib leggings.
$30. Ladies know what that costs. Those leggings, man, they're out there charging an arm and a leg. We put together the finest leggings on the market at a price that you love.
Put me between your legs.
And then there's a long sleeve too.
This is a wife respecter, we're calling it now. Women's classic wife respecter.
Right.
Nice. This is great. I mean, I think this is great.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see how people like it. Because if you do, I feel like this could be something we can expand on.
This is $20. I personally have always thought that this was a nice look when ladies are in the wife respecter. I'm a fan of it.
Oh, okay. I guess I should be wearing that.
You don't have to cater my needs. You look good. But I'm just saying.
That one, the long sleeve, is really nice too.
Oh yeah, for the ladies, $25. Ribbed, fitted, long. That is not a sexual innuendo, but ribbed makes it just make me think of condoms.
What?
I've heard that before.
Like, how do you come up with this?
Ribbed? No.
Are you serious?
Ribbed for your pleasure?
That's disgusting.
Why would you even mention that?
Wait, you're joking too? I thought you were just as shocked as me.
No, he's being sick.
I do not understand the concept.
That's what we giggled about earlier. That's what we're laughing about. You called us out.
Oh. Yeah, ribbed for your pleasure. It's a condom thing. But it doesn't mean anything.
Did you bring a condom?
It's ribbed.
Yeah.
That's all. Women's classic bike shorts, $22. $22 in sage and black. bicycle shorts. What makes them bicycle shorts?
It's just what people call this kind of cut, you know, like the length and everything.
By the way, this hat, I think there's a few left, but it's pretty much gone. So thank you guys for your support on the early bird special.
Yeah. And if you want to show, we have our T-shirt for the live show. Do you want to show?
Oh, sure.
Yes.
We've
right
got
here.
our.
This is a big announcement, actually.
So you guys know we like to hire talented, special artists every show to make our merch. Well, this one was made by our very own Cameron Grant.
That's right.
Yay!
And it will be available at the live show exclusively. And also in poster form. Little Greek-themed meme for you.
Are we trying to sign those posters? We gotta get started.
I know.
Right. We should.
There's a
Get your wrist stretched out, and warmed up.
Well, yeah, I mean, I could, yeah. But yeah. So we're getting ready, guys. And of course, we're doing the massive sample sale like always. I saw Jeremiah getting ready to downstairs. It's like, whoa, there's a lot of
boxes getting packed up.
Also, you guys will be happy to know we're opening the venue an hour early to give people time to do a bit of shopping. Isn't that right?
That is right. Because the merch situation at these live shows is always crazy, which we should be happy about because you all are so kind. We negotiated an extra hour before the show. So get there early if you want to get your hands on some discounted Teddy Fresh. Just saying.
The selling experience will be a lot smoother this time. They have like a professional team.
Yep.
They know what they're doing. Not that our team doesn't, but they have a system. They're ready. They're there.
Ready for it is the difference.
Not to be one of the people in chat, but the amount of times you're moving your mouse is making me anxious.
AB, why we did this? It's from my Tourette's.
I was wondering what soundbite you asked me about earlier because I was like, I don't remember you sending anything in chat. I knew it was going to be something to do with me.
I don't know what you're talking about, but I find it just inappropriate to continue to bring that up. No, it's unprofessional.
It's a disability.
It's a disability mobility.
As a number one simp, I thought you would have already known that,
You
AB.
want to know what AB did on Wednesday?
I watched it.
Yeah, you saw that?
I had never, I looked over at him ahead of time. I've never noticed it on the mouse. I've never.
It doesn't look like anything. I'm just doing this.
No, but I mean, because I'm watching your screen all the time on the show. I've never noticed you do that. I think you might be Mark alienating me a little bit.
Whenever we tried streaming,
Dude, come on, bro. I know. I can't help it. It's a condition. Ridiculous.
whenever we tried streaming Ethan play video games, it was very noticeable because he kept looking up to the sky.
I remember you guys talking about that, yeah.
I feel like it's part of why I stopped playing Counter-Strike.
Yeah, I think so.
It's just annoying me too much. Like, I would look up into the corner, and it made it hard to play, obviously. It's not easy living with a disability, AB. You know? Should AB list. Ooh, AB list? AB list.
Oh, no.
People are saying that in the chat.
Oh, please, smokes, that's good. Of course, I want you to know that I was never offended. It's just funny.
It was fun.
Yeah, it was. All right, before we get, I want to do the cat story right out the gate here. This is a fascinating one. It's trending on TikTok where all the kids are. And we're going to bring the story to the masses.
Whoa.
In fact.
Oh, wow. We're going to have a presentation.
AB will be presenting. And thank you, AB, for throwing this episode together on a short notice since Bobby Lee intentionally cracked his lip open in an effort. And what did he tell us in the evening? He told us around like what, 3, 4?
Something like that. Yep.
Like you didn't know in the morning you weren't coming, Bobby? Or the day before? All right, I have some top of the show stuff, but let's do that. Let's do what you got.
Let's do that. Just when you test audio to AB, when you got it all situated, just to make sure.
Okay, let me do a little.
We're all good.
You know,
Play TikTok real quick.
clearly this influencer has not watched Don't Fuck with Cats
Throwing this
because
episode.
I think that cats and dogs both have a sacred space in American culture.
Yeah.
You do not fuck with them. More coming, Bobby.
Yeah, okay.
Day before. What's happening?
What?
It's not me.
Yeah, I gotta find the tab.
Oh my God, AB, bro.
Listen. I have 3 monitors, so when I come over and there's just one monitor, I can't.
Bro, I have Tourette's and I manage this fine. I don't know if you knew that about me.
Okay. So Ethan, I'm gonna pull this up.
Yeah, but this is where you don't fuck with pets. You know, they are our perfect little creatures, and they deserve to be pampered and spoiled and to live perfect lives for all of us sinners. So that, you know what I mean? They live in a perfect life for all of us. We go and we slave out and we work hard, you know what I mean? And our time evaporates as the years go by. Yet our animals, they live luxuriously, and we live through that.
Absolutely. Amen.
That's beautiful.
Absolutely. So anyway, let's hate this person. Go ahead, Iggy.
Yeah. But it's funny you brought up that documentary because this situation actually reminded me of that Don't Fuck with Cats documentary because it has so many twists and turns. But anyways, the Regan Corsi cat controversy. I apologize if I'm not saying her name correctly. I just heard of her for the first time yesterday. Trigger warning, we will be discussing potential animal abuse. We won't be showing anything, of course, but it will be tough. I mean, I don't want to get sued, so alleged.
Well, you can say alleged.
Alleged potential.
Because potential sounds like, is it gonna happen?
Well,
is this kid gonna get?
You gotta sit around and watch.
All right.
Is the cat
Stay
gonna
tuned.
Oh, okay. So before we begin, I would like to say something. I want to acknowledge why our usual team correspondent Olivia isn't presenting today. Simply put, Bobby and Fryler couldn't make the show today, and we had no juice for the show. Until late last night, Love hit up the group chat and was like, I got that juice on the low. He mentioned this crazy TikTok situation that he hasn't seen any other big creators cover yet. So, yes, I was up all night looking into the situation because the tea was shocking.
Critical background.
Long story short, the story had a lot of twists and turns, and I didn't want to ask Olivia to try and slam it out an hour before the show.
Girl, this is your moment, and you're doing amazing.
Yeah.
But this is definitely Olivia's department. You guys are stuck with me though today. Let's just jump into it.
No. Say it again, but like Phil.
Let's
just jump right into it.
Jump right into it. Okay.
Yes, thank you, AB.
So Regan is a popular TikTok creator. She has 1.7 million TikTok followers, 4 million followers across all platforms. She's genuinely a loved creator from what I've seen. Even the people who are calling her out are like, I would have never thought her. She does, from what I understand, wholesome content, like daily vlogs. She blew up off of like transitional videos on TikTok, like cool transitions. In summer 2021, she was on a YouTube show called The Go House LA, which featured different content creators in like a Team 10 style house. And they were competing with each other. But anyways, at some point during her time at the house, her cat, Seven, was said to have run away. That's the cat right there.
Here's her TikTok just for... Oh, I can't pull anything up there.
You have no control.
Oh, wow, really? You guys boxed me out.
So she also has another TikTok account with 4.5 million followers.
Whoa, she has... Really?
Yeah.
I just wanted to show kind of what she does, but...
I could do that.
I mean, we can keep it rolling.
I can pull it up if you want. Just give me a sec.
She's wearing the same shirt. All these. It's interesting. Is this from the same day?
Today is the day.
1 week ago. She loves this shirt.
Anyways, yeah.
Anyway, so here she is.
Oh, I gotta mute it.
Oh, is she dancing?
She's.
Oh, whoa! Come on. Wow. She's barely trying. I'm sorry.
Yeah, she's got to put her heart into it.
This is like, girl, you got to try a little harder. You know what I mean?
Step that pussy up. Come on.
When the D'Amelios hit that shit, it's like boom.
You're so right.
Boom, boom.
And Addison.
This might be cool. 7 million views. This is what she blew up from. These different like transitions.
And it's a sexual dance.
Is she gonna do it though? Let's see.
Oh, that is cool actually.
Yeah.
Very unique.
Yeah. So
that's pretty cool. I gotta hand it to her.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Okay, let me pull
Badass.
Approved.
Very, very talented.
I love it. Dancing needs work. More energy.
Okay. So, however, 3 years after Seven's death, her cat, various content creators are starting to call her out, stating she was responsible for her cat's illness as well as its alleged disappearance. And all this has been brought back to life because of a TikTok.
Huh.
Ooh.
Yeah.
3 years after.
3 years after.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
It was on Lorraine's podcast, Lorraine and Noah Beck.
Shout out, Lorraine.
Shout out.
Shout out.
And so a creator named Antonio Garza, she's the one that brought it up. So here's a clip.
I love Antonio Garza.
Full screen?
I have one.
Did I hear the C word? Oh, yeah, I've seen it.
That didn't help at all. Maybe now, hold on, pause it.
Yeah.
Now, which part of the preparation resulted in this being a tiny square in the middle of a large dark?
I'll tell you why, because I had the initial video in, and you guys could fact check me at home. You cannot timestamp properly on Google PowerPoint slides right now.
The amount of time
can you zoom in on that?
I could zoom. Let me
Can you
zoom.
increase
But also, I decided to go with this one because this is the actual TikTok that blew up. It's instead of the original video, which is still up.
If you unfull screen it, you can zoom up on that.
Wow.
Now we're cooking.
This is a very funny issue I've noticed because people will put the normal 16:9 on TikTok, and then we'll react to that TikTok that's
Just
9
gets smaller.
It's a 16.9 and a 9.16.
And then TikTok about it.
And then I make a TikTok about it.
Oh my God.
It's a horrible feedback loop.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ib.
You're welcome. Okay, let's go.
Maybe start it over.
Kill her cat. What?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Okay.
One more time.
Oh my God.
One more time. Here we go.
Worst thing you've seen an influencer do.
I have one.
Did I hear the C word? Yeah, I've seen it. Go up. I don't want
I don't know if I should say it. I know an influencer who killed her cat. On purpose? No. Oh. But that's what I'll say. Yeah, you gotta.
Okay, girl, spill it.
Was it Trisha Paytas?
Oh my gosh. It was a TikTok.
What?
Addison?
No, and not like one of the girls.
Oh. Oh, James.
Okay, I'll say it.
Yeah. She killed her
She
cat.
left it, and then her friends had to take it out of her house.
No. I don't like hearing things like that.
Yeah.
Actually, really.
It was fine.
Oh my God.
Wait,
it died? Oh, R.I.P. That's so sad. Oh my God.
By the way, very cool. They're all wearing glasses. I thought that was cool.
It is cool, yeah.
Like that.
Okay, so yeah, the controversy has been all over TikTok. Oh my God. It's
Worst
not.
thing you've seen an influencer.
I swear.
We just watched that.
You
fight.
jinxed me when you told me to zoom in, because now it's doing what happens to you.
Gee whiz. Not that easy, is it? we watched that fight already. Okay, we're out of the whole slide now.
Now let's just start it over.
And we have 5 new posts on the subreddit, all text.
Yeah.
They are saying how the show's gone downhill.
You know what they're saying? You know what? Ethan should do this. He should do the top one. He's better at it.
This is kind of like the Wayne Diamond situation with Jimmy Lee, where it's like, oh, Ethan actually is doing a pretty good job. Jimmy Lee is.
You just need to see words.
But I had to give AV a prop for this. That helps me in social media cutting. He made a little black box behind the actual where the So no content is missed.
Amazing, slick.
Yeah, that's very slick.
Yeah. All right, so this story was unknown. 3 years later, someone asked this girl, "What's the worst thing you know of an influencer to do?"
No, that clip was actually 2 years old. The cat died 3 years ago.
Oh, see.
And then this clip is 2 years old.
Oh,
Whoa.
so this is also not new.
Yeah, it's not new. It's still public. The
Interesting.
actual podcast itself has like around 300,000 views. But on TikTok, I mean, this one alone has 2.4 million, this clip, and then a bunch of other re-uploads are in the millions as well.
Whoa.
So how did it gain traction?
Yeah.
Or
I don't know, honestly. I'm not sure what caused it to take off now, but what makes this story interesting, in my opinion, is that, like, from the outside looking in, it's hard to tell who's in the wrong at first. Let me just say that at first. And even now, the comments are very divisive. I've actually never seen a situation like this where they're so, well, it looks like equally split.
Don't worry, everybody. I'll tell you what to think.
How did
Thank God.
people figure out that it was Reagan she was talking about?
I think there was other stuff alluding to it, and I don't know for sure, but my guess was that this has been something that was kind of talked about before, but nothing solid.
Here it is.
Okay. 2 years ago.
There's this podcast going around saying that I killed my cat. It's like 4 people, all as to whom I'm friends with now, but I'm guessing that the podcast was from a long time ago, probably like 2021. I don't know, because in 2021 I had a cat named Seven. I used to post with her all the time. You can find videos of her if you look up Seven, Reagan's cat. I had her when I first moved to an apartment, and then I moved into a content house and a master bedroom, which was
Sorry about that, everybody. You want to pause and go back?
At that time, and was able to take her with me. After a few months of living in that house, we all switched rooms. We did that. I hate the fan in the back. I was the only person that hadn't switched my room ever, and so I was able to switch my room in the game show that I was in. This is back in
Let her have.
Rooms. I was going from the upper level to the bottom level. This is like when I was 18, so it was a bigger deal than it should have. Everyone knew that I was, because of the game show, moving rooms, and it was like this whole thing in the house. I am moving stuff between floors. I'm going up a floor. I was at the bottom level because I had just had to move. It's a long story. I had to move rooms, and I was moving my stuff. My door was shut because I had a cat in my room, and in between me moving things in between, because my cat Seven was going to be the last thing that I moved, because otherwise my room's all messy. She's running around, doesn't know where anything is. It was just better for her to go into my room last after I had everything established. And keep in mind, I'm only moving one floor, so it only takes me in all like an hour and a half to move everything. I go down towards the end to get my last things, to get her litter box and start getting everything together to move her up, and I notice that my back door is open. I immediately freak out because I have a cat, so my back door is open. I have a cat. They're very curious. She's gonna go back there. Long story short, I've explained this story so many times on social media, and then people will call me things about it and say that I like killed my cat, that I starved my cat, that XYZ. I'm guessing because of this podcast, because I've always wondered where that came from. Because keep in mind too, I live with 10 people, so anyone can, like, they would all know if I killed my cat. And
Yeah, so what we got out of that video is, again, she explained the situation that her cat ran away.
She was moving to another floor. The door was left open. The cat is missing.
Correct.
Okay. I have a question. Is it basically like all cats just bail when the door's open? I've never had a pet cat.
It just depends on the cat. It's just like a dog. I mean, a lot of dogs are runners. They'll just sprint. You know, they get the opportunity. It really depends on the breed.
I'm like a dog chasing.
My cats don't run out. My cats have zero interest in leaving. Yeah.
Okay.
But I've had other cats that will take any opportunity to slip out. It just depends.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, after this video, then there's 2 snarks that pop up. Yeah. After her initial statement, they began exposing her and bringing up videos of the cat where the alleged cat looked, where he allegedly looked malnourished and the fur was matted. So this was the post that got the most traction. No one knows who it is. This person says that there's somebody in the house that was in the house, and I can't read it from here. Hold on.
I can read it. You want me to read it?
Sure. You can just read the highlighted part if you want.
The roommate left Reagan's door open so she would think it ran away to avoid confrontation. People have claimed that when Reagan found out the cat ran away, she didn't really care. Allegedly, no effort was made to find Reagan, or no effort by Reagan to find the cat. No trips to local shelters, no posters, and she allegedly went out partying the same night she was told her cat ran away. The roommate and their mom took the cat to the vet and discovered that she was seriously malnourished and seemed to have some sort of condition that will require a lot of blood work and testing.
Yeah, so one of the roommates, their mom was visiting. They saw the cat, and the cat looked malnourished, so they decided to take the cat to the vet to get help. And they left the door open as a cover-up to make it seem like the cat ran away.
That's crazy.
Well, okay, so like, that's an insane thing to do. However, if the cat is dying, right? If you see that, then I suppose I can understand doing that.
Yeah,
it's pretty nuts. It's pretty nuts to do.
There's no like.
But what did they really need to like hide the fact instead of saying like, "Hey, you want us to take the cat?
Yeah.
That looks like he could use some help."
Yeah, like
I'd like to know, did they have that
It's kinda
conversation,
weird.
or did they just go straight to stealing the cat?
right. I wonder if they were noticing that she was not taking care of her cat before it got.
She
this
clearly
bad.
did notice.
So my understanding was that this was a newer member, and they had just come. So I don't think they had too much history.
Now, I hate to be the one to say it, but this is just some Reddit post on a Snark subreddit. So, you know, this sounds bad.
Well, no,
but
there's
we're
proof.
just- okay,
There's
well, look,
pictures.
let's see it.
So here's so actually did I miss anything? Yeah. So yeah, here are some of the pictures that the person provided, and I blurred what's actually. One of them is just the cat sick, and the other one is the cat's corpse.
Why can't we show that? Doesn't sound bad.
The cat corpse?
I mean, what? You can't show a dead animal? I mean, what are we doing?
I mean,
I don't know.
you.
When I asked you this morning, you said about something similar.
you made it sound gory.
You said trust your instinct, like Obi-Wan Kenobi. I'm like, what does that mean?
Okay. You made it sound like gory, like it was a bloody mess or something. That's what I imagined. If it's just a cat's body, then I'm all for that. You know, let's see what she did to the fucking thing, man.
You in the photos, I don't think you could tell even.
Well, what about the first one where it's all sick?
I mean, the video is sad. I mean, if you want to see the video,
Yeah, I want to see the video. I want to understand what did she do to this cat?
Yeah.
You know, we got to get angry.
Okay, 1 second. I'll pull that up.
Apology. This is not AB's fault. AB did ask if he should censor it, and I did tell him follow your instinct. And it seems like
the chat doesn't seem particularly interested in seeing this.
I want to see the fucking cat. If y'all don't want to, close your eyes and listen. You know what I mean? We're here on a fact-finding mission. I want to know.
Okay.
Just don't look.
Okay.
Sometimes you got to gaze into the abyss to know what it's like out down there. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Looking for it.
You guys ever watch a documentary about like a murder and they're like, the bodies, the evidence of the bodies was super important, but we don't want to show it because it's kind of icky. No, you watch it. You look at it. You stare the beast in the eyes. Oh, that is sad.
Also, have you seen the documentary Don't Fuck with Cats?
Yeah.
That was crazy.
So who took this video? What's the context here?
Oh, so you want this on screen?
Yes.
Okay, so go ahead and switch to it, and if anybody's sensitive to this,
It's not gory or anything.
Yeah,
it's not gory.
It's
just
a cat that's
sad.
sick.
This is not the dead cat for everyone's
this is-
information. This is the alive cat.
So what's the context? Who took this video?
So this is the person.
It's not that bad, by the way, people at home.
Yeah.
It's really not that bad.
From my understanding, this is the person that took the dog to the vet. And then,
This is a cat, not a dog.
sorry, the cat. The vet said that the cat needed to be put down, and this person wanted to still give it a chance and took the cat home to try to bring it back to health or whatever. And the cat died while in this person's possession.
So let me see here. That poor kitty. Oh, it was a guy who took it, it looks like.
Yes.
Oh, so that's just so ridiculous, man. It's so sad. Oh, she's so pretty. She's a cute cat, too.
She looks so sad.
Poor baby.
This is terrible.
She looks young.
She is.
So somebody has neglected this poor cat severely.
It appears that way. Does not seem healthy.
Poor baby. And they tried to nurse it back to health, but they couldn't?
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
Hmm.
So and that's the thing too. Like people are debating, did it
And it was having seizures.
Oh,
That's
that
what we
is so
saw at the end
upsetting.
there. I think that was a seizure.
Want to watch it again, Ethan?
Well, I didn't know that it was a seizure. I could have gone without knowing that part. I thought it was just like stretching.
That was so sad.
All right, the video's off.
Ethan's regretting his decisions right now.
No, I wanted to know. I wanted to know what they did.
Yeah.
Okay, let me open back up the slideshow. Here we go. Okay, so these texts are basically just to prove that this person had good intent. Supposedly he's chatting with his mother, and the mom's saying, you know, at least the cat was around people that cared about it when she passed. Basically, this is just to prove credibility. And it's discussing the situation with another one of the house members.
This was all posted on the Snark.
Yeah.
So the person that wrote this Snark page is the person that stole the cat, presumably.
Yeah.
Okay.
Got it.
So this is the person.
Supposedly, yeah. Well, I don't know if that's the way he presented it on the.
How else would they have?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gotta be. Okay, that's pretty intense.
Okay, so this is Antonio. She's the initial person who made the comments on the podcast.
She busted this story.
Okay, right. Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna clear something up really quick because there's crazy things happening online being said, and it involves me, so I'm gonna talk about it to the best of my ability. So there was a podcast clip that went viral earlier this week where I said that a TikToker or influencer had allegedly unalived their cat, and people went crazy with it because obviously that's a really crazy statement. But here's the thing. One, I did not come up with that story. I did not make it up. It was a rumor that I was told by people who lived with her at the time. This was also 3 years ago, by the way, that podcast happened. And somehow it ended up on the internet, unbeknownst to me. I don't know. But what I can tell you is that I was getting thousands of comments, hate comments, nasty, people telling me that I was a liar and that I made this up. And with new developments tonight, things that I'm now seeing for the first time in my life, now I could say confidently that I don't think either of those things are true. I did make this up, and I don't think I was lying. You know, completely. Obviously, the wording of what I said was gross, and I regret that. And also, the fact that I spread a rumor on a podcast was also dumb. So for both of those things, I am sorry. This should have never happened, and there's also...
Pause it.
Maybe this shouldn't have ever made it to the internet.
Pause
you know, it's just some...
She's good at apologizing.
Yeah.
She did. She stuck the landing there. I was impressed. I was like, girl,
Yeah.
you don't see that very much. So tip of the beanie there to, you know, I can see myself being in the same situation on the podcast. You're too forthcoming, or you say something undelicately.
You don't think twice about how to say it.
Yeah. And I think she did a really good job acknowledging what she did, spreading rumors on a podcast, and the way that she spoke about it. That's the key to a great apology, and we love that about her.
Yeah. Antonio Garza.
It's a recurring thing throughout this story that a lot of people are getting stuck in the crossfire because they either didn't speak up, they knew about it, didn't say anything, didn't do anything. And I mean, yeah. It's a little bit case to case. Just how much you knew and stuff.
I have to say, as a side note, I feel like content houses are like, there's probably so much that goes wrong in there.
Oh, yeah.
That this is probably just the tip of whatever happens in those houses.
They should be outlawed.
They should be outlawed.
The worst is going to be Aiden Ross with he has that whole kick compound. He has like a whole warehouse that he lives in. Regan's audience is very protective of her. So yeah, they were going after her and whoever else. But anyways, to summarize this video, she said that she wasn't lying. She heard it from someone, but she shouldn't have presented it in the way she did.
Oh wait, I wanted to finish her video.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna clear something up really quick because there happened, and there's also maybe this shouldn't have ever made it to the internet. You know, it's just something stay off. However, in my opinion, with what I've seen tonight, and you know, I don't know if any of y'all have seen it. I hope you don't. You know, because it's unfortunate. It is really nasty. And as a cat owner, it bothers me. It really does. Like, it's really upsetting.
Definitely.
And to have to deal with people the past week calling me a liar. And now today I'm getting confirmation that, like, I don't think I was lying. I also want to make it clear that I didn't have any proof of this actually happening until today. So when I said it originally on the podcast, I didn't know if it was true. And even this past week when I was getting called a liar, I didn't know if I was or not. So for that, I'm sorry, because
Hold on, pause it again.
But
the pinnacle of class.
Yeah.
She goes, I was right, but I do need to clarify, at the time, I didn't know that, and so I was wrong to do that. I mean, who is she?
Amazing.
Great. Amazing.
Okay, I'm gonna clear something up really quick because I do.
What does she do?
She's done like makeup videos, or in high school she used to like getting ready, and she would wake up like hours before school and film makeup videos. And just like she kind of pioneered, do you remember the like editing style where like things could get deep fried super quickly, or like the super jumpy editing style? She like really.
We need to make content so that next time I need to apologize, I can get.
Yeah,
I can get her advice.
sure help.
Something worth noting too. Most people in the story are very young too, and you can kind of notice. I don't know how old Antonio is, but I know Courtney is, I think, currently 21 years old. So that also plays a factor in how everything's being dealt with.
I think once all these people grow up some more, we're gonna get some nasty documentaries about content.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's gonna be good content.
She's 21.
This girl or the protagonist?
This girl.
Okay.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
There it is. Kiss Anima. Okay, hold on.
Okay, and usually you can tell something is
There we
wrong
go.
with the cat way before things get that bad. And they should be taken to the vet. And I think, in my opinion, if that happened, that cat might still be alive today. But that didn't happen. So that's all I have to say on that. I think it's nasty. But anyways, I'm gonna end it there. I think I got everything, and I'm sorry that I'm even talking about this. It's awful. I would have never thought. So I'm sorry.
I'll say this.
Good video.
Good video.
Yeah.
Don't get a fucking if you're young, or if you're like, I love my independence and going out and you're going to do, don't get a pet.
Yeah.
You got
So much work.
Having a pet
It's so much work.
is like having a child at your house. So if you don't want kids, probably don't get a pet. Wait, you know what I mean? It's expensive too. So wait till you have a little money on the side and that you want to like nest. That's when you get a pet. Because like this girl's 21, or I don't know how old the other girl is, but
She's
it's like,
21 as well.
It's like you didn't need to be in that situation.
Yeah. She was. I think you guys said she was 18 when that happened.
I believe so, yeah, 3 years.
I knew people would get pets like at that age, and it always surprised me. It's like, dude, what's happening? And
I've lived with people over the years that have pets, and I love animals, and I currently have 2 cats, but those 2 cats are the first pets that I've had in my adult life, because I just always felt like I was not capable of properly taking care of them. My life was way too chaotic for my 20s, you know what I mean?
Totally.
Absolutely, you know. Same with us. We wanted a pet for a long time. Shredder was just, was our first pet when we had time and energy. So that's my advice. Please think about it twice if you're considering it and you're younger. Thank you so much. Thank you. And shout out Antonio, yeah. Oh, wait, we know her.
It's Haley.
Yeah, she's friend of the show.
Yeah, so after Antonio's video, other people came forward, started to talk about their experience. So here's Haley. Shout out.
I've known about Reagan neglecting her cat for 3 years. The people who lived with her, the 2 people who told me, were never going to come out about it. So that's why I've never said anything, because it would have just been my story versus hers. And I had no proof, but now there is proof resurfacing almost 3 years later. And I have no problem telling you guys that this story is 100% true. There's videos of the cat in a neglected state with matted fur, looking skinny, malnourished, having seizures, and people are still blindly supporting her, which is why I feel like I have to say something and tell you guys that this happened. My story's not as good as the firsthand people who lived there, but I really don't think they're gonna say anything. So, looking at that comment section, seeing people support her, it makes me very sick and very pissed off. So that's why it's true. Sorry.
So how does she know that it's true? She said she didn't live there.
People who live there.
Yeah, she was She was cool with a lot of people, I'm guessing, because they're around the same age, all those TikTokers.
So she was a frequent visitor to the house? Is that what I'm understanding?
Don't believe me.
I think she just said that she knows people that live
Yeah,
there.
she knows people that firsthand.
Oh, you got it.
That
Yeah.
told her about it, but they don't want to stay.
Okay.
Yeah. And she's getting a lot of shit for this. A lot of people are too, because they're like, why'd you wait so long? But
you know, okay, so just first of all,
that's not fair.
There's no reason for her to have come forward. They would have been like so. I totally understand why she didn't.
Yeah.
I don't think she, at least her. I can't speak for everybody's situation, but if she came out with that info 3 years later and she didn't even live there, it's like, I mean, it's like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
People would not be receptive to that.
Yeah, I agree, because it's like if you just hear about it from somebody, it's not the same.
Yeah.
It's like you bringing that story to light just based on something you heard. I don't know. It's not enough.
And it might be that some of the people that lived there should have come forward, and I'll make that distinction when the time comes.
Yeah, I agree.
I've known about Reagan neglecting her cat for.
Oh.
Okay. Whoa. This is where things start to get more strange.
No kidding.
What is going on here?
But go back. Just let me take that in.
Yeah, go ahead.
So we got a third eye.
Doctor Strange.
Did you make that?
Yeah, I did. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I'm running on no sleep, so a lot of this stuff is maybe a little out there. This is me in my head right now.
So far, it's very put together.
Thank you.
It's good. I'm just feeling it out.
Yeah.
Very good.
I miss him. William Knight, right? That's his name? Like, you're doing good.
There's another person.
Okay, so this is Jacob, who lived in the house with Regan.
First-hand account.
But there's more. He admits to being the one that took the cat.
So, okay. He's the guy.
Okay.
So
This is it. This is the smoking gun.
Hey guys, so
this is the
recently
gun.
there have been some allegations regarding. Hey guys, so recently there have been some allegations.
AB, did
you want to zoom in? Or?
Hold on.
Hey
I just
guys,
want
so
to.
recently
Can I give you a note?
allegations regarding one of my.
It's hard for me to listen when you keep pausing it and closing it and restarting it. Which I know is ironic, probably, because I do that, but
It is fun to see it flipped, to see Ethan have to endure.
It was playing. I didn't know why you
endure every day.
Why did you stop it?
I should put you on the. I should be putting you on the spot if the stuff is reversed.
And unfortunately, I have to say that the allegations are true. And I was the one that tried to save the cat. My mom was in town, and we noticed that Reagan's cat did not look good, and its hair was matted, and it looked super skinny and seemed sick or malnourished. So we decided to open the back door to the bedroom and take the cat and take it to the vet.
Okay, pause it.
Just because I knew that the cat.
First of all, objectively, that's insane.
Yeah.
Like, he just moved in, and him and his mom are fucking stealing the cat.
Yeah.
Like, you got at least have a conversation.
Yeah.
You know, that's fucking nuts, dude.
That's what makes the story a bit interesting, because it creates this like
who's right?
Yeah, because I'm not obviously she's in the wrong.
He's almost right.
But if the cat died just 2 days after he got it, that raises questions to me almost. Even though I think maybe he had good intentions. I don't know.
Well, let's watch.
The cat was never taken to the vet, and I thought that the only way for me to save it would be to take matters in my own hands and take it to the vet and open the back door and make it seem like it ran away.
That part is insane.
When I took the cat to the vet, they said that she looked extremely unhealthy and malnourished and offered to put her down because they didn't think that she was going to be able to make it. But we decided to try to do everything we could to revive her and give her food and water and just see if she was going to be able to make it or not, because we didn't want to just give up and put her down. I ended up having the cat for about a week, and it unfortunately did not make it after taking it to the vet and doing everything we could. The exact cause of why the cat didn't make it is still up in the air, but as you guys can see in the videos that are on Reddit and TikTok, the cat did not look good, and that's how it looked when I took it away from the house, and nothing was being done for the cat, so I thought that I had to try and save it. The reason I never came forward with any of this is because I didn't think that it needed to ever be online, and I quite frankly just wanted to move on and forget about it, as it was pretty messed up having to see a cat have seizures and die, and my roommate and I just wanted to move on and forget about it and not have to keep talking about it. Regardless of how the cat passed away, whether it was from not having food or water or if it passed away from just being sick, Regardless, it needed to be taken to the vet, and if I didn't take it to the vet and try, it would have just passed away at the Go House in the closet. The reason I never told Reagan the truth about what happened to her cat was because after it ran away, she never once made missing poster signs or posted on TikTok asking for people in LA to help her find it, and I just didn't think she cared that much about the cat. This is an extremely unfortunate situation all around, and I highly recommend that everybody goes and watches the videos to see what kind of state the cat was in before coming to any conclusion of your own.
Okay, so based on the info I have, I think he did the right thing with a touch of being a psycho.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Pretending it ran away?
Because I don't know why he couldn't just say it to her.
Yeah. He didn't want to have the confrontation. He should have told her, obviously. And he should have told her in a way of not just telling her, but like, you're fucked up for doing this, and I'm gonna rescue this cat.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Or she probably would have been okay with them taking to the vet. Like, why wouldn't she?
Go ahead, Olivia.
So they were in the same house,
Yeah, they both were at that Go House.
and she was just like under the impression my cat is gone, while meanwhile the cat is in his room.
Yes.
Or at the
Probably
vet.
at a different place.
He said at home.
Or at home.
Yeah, probably at his mom.
Yeah, probably his mom's house. But
Oh, yeah, maybe.
I'm not 100% sure on this detail, but I was trying to find out. My understanding is that she didn't know like the fate of this cat until like this video came out. Like from her point of view, the cat ran away and she doesn't know whatever happened to her.
Yeah.
Which is fucked.
People in the chat are saying he's chaotic good. Right. I agree. And that's a chaotic good move.
Yeah.
The thing also is that the one thing that I feel a little iffy about is that he took the cat, because that seems like a big change. And I know cats like can be really sensitive to changes like that, right?
Yeah, a lot of people commented that. He got absolutely wrecked for this video. I'd say it's about there's almost like a trend, like with like I have it later in the doc or in the PowerPoint, but of people like calling him a creep for doing that. But then again, there's a lot of people that say like, thank God he did something.
I mean, listen, if the cat's dying, ultimately, I think it's good that he tried to save it, you know?
Yeah. If at any point you want to see
chaotic good, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm surprised people are so angry about it, though. I mean, he has the receipts. He showed how fucked up that poor cat was. It's being corroborated by people, too.
Especially if he just moved in. Like, how much could he have known about how mistreated that cat was before?
True.
I mean, like I agree up to where I think he made a good point where it's like whether she was mistreating the cat or the cat had some condition, the cat clearly was not in good shape and needed to visit the vet, and she was not engaged enough with her own pet to give a shit about doing that. So he took it upon himself. It's a chaotic good move. I think that really does sum it up. It's like a little morally questionable, but like you said, Ethan, I think at the end of the day,
Chaotic good.
the cat needed to see a vet. He made it happen.
The outcome was good.
Right.
Well, good questionable because the cat.
Well, the cat died, but like his action was
he tried to.
Also, the vet suggested for them to put it down.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
What else can be the outcome there?
She's also died.
Okay, Wendy.
Okay, wait. This is where it gets a little weird. More weird. So he puts out another video after that one because of all the comments saying he's a creep for that.
Okay.
Who are these people saying he's a creep? But like her fans?
Yeah, her fans like ride for her. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, all these people who are speaking against her are getting a bunch of shit.
Wow. Okay, interesting.
How important to you is it that we zoom in?
No, I'm kidding. No,
If you full screen
no.
this one, it's gonna be
No,
fine.
these are fine.
Yeah,
It was
but
just
now
that
I
other
can't
one.
get out of it, and I can't get back to where I was. Let's just sit here and reminisce.
If I could just give you one point of advice.
There we go.
Whatever you're doing, just don't do that.
The amount of time you move your mouse is making me anxious.
That's what I'd say to you, man. I don't know what you're doing on this PowerPoint.
Okay, here we go.
Hey guys, so recently there have been some allegations regarding one of my old roommates and what happened with her cat. And unfortunately, I have to say that those allegations are true, and I was the one that tried to save the cat. My mom was in town, and we noticed...
Oh, shit. Here we go.
So, point of advice, when you're trying to show us a video, make sure it's not one we haven't already seen.
You know, I have a tremor, so you're being a little bit of an ableist too. You know?
When did I make fun of your shaky ass
I'm just saying,
hands?
I hit the wrong key because I'm shaky.
Oh, okay, all right.
There's still
Convenient
a lot
excuse. You doing okay?
Apparently, all the evidence and proof that have been posted
I'm doing
online
great.
is still not enough for some people.
Not that easy, huh?
And herself even admitted that the cat in the videos doesn't look healthy and look skinny when she's literally talking about her cat, because that's her cat in the videos. My goal here was never to get recognition for trying to save the cat, so unfortunately, I didn't take a photo of the vet bill to try and prove anything to anyone, because I never wanted to try and prove anything to anyone. I just wanted to try and save the cat and adopt it to somebody that would take care of it. But since some people still don't believe me in the story, I have screenshots from my mom and my roommate at the time that I was living with that was helping me take care of the cat while I was filming, Leo, and talking about the condition of the cat and that he was giving it nutrients that the vet gave us. The screenshot is also dated to the exact time that her cat ran away, so this is so obviously her cat and not a coincidence. There's no other proof you guys need than this.
Aw. I'll read it. She could be on her last legs.
The cat in the videos is so obviously her cat, I don't understand how some of you can't.
I was trying to pause it for you. Yeah, I was trying to pause it for you. Then.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it was a lot of, it was more text than you gave me time to.
Yeah.
Random incidents.
There you go. You can pot. Hey. Okay, good. She could be on her last leg. She was in her kitty litter this morning, not moving. She seems too weak to move. So I fed her the nutrients they gave her, and I'm giving her water with a syringe. Golly, that makes me sad.
Yeah.
Were those dated?
They were dated, and a lot of the comments said that they were off. The dates were off slightly.
Apparently,
that and the other thing he's getting shit for is people say provide the vet bill, like go to your credit card or whatever. There's some sort of record of it, and he has not provided that.
So theoretically, he could go to that vet. I mean, it's been years. It's possible they don't.
I mean, 2 years. I mean,
it's he could go there though and say, hey, can I get a record?
Sure.
There's a good chance they'd be able to provide it.
Yeah.
But
That's interesting.
At this point, I do believe him. I mean, he's got pictures that nobody else would have.
I mean, what would be the reason to lie anyway about this story?
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't find any back into this, but I saw some Reddit comments saying that he had a video once where he said that her cat should come to his house and have sex with his cat. Something along those lines. Don't quote me, but something like that. But again, I don't know. That could be just one of her fans just making up shit.
That was just a comment.
Yeah, it was a comment, yeah. But, yeah, and then I saw right now in our chat, someone said that he was on a podcast once, and they said he was something like a psychopath when it comes to animals. I don't know. So this all could just be a rumor.
Who said that?
Someone in our chat right now just said that.
Well, we need the deeds if we're gonna read something like that. I mean, that's pretty damning.
It seems like if you're gonna rescue a cat like that, you need to show proof that you didn't take it to the vet. Maybe. I mean, that's my.
I do agree with you. If I'm stealing somebody's cat for the greater good, I'm taking photos. I'm documenting.
Yeah. You should at least be aware that what you're doing is so psycho.
And he's young, but
with good intentions. But you know.
I feel like, but imagine just being at a house and seeing a cat about to die. I feel like in that moment we would just be like, we need to get this cat to the hospital. And I don't think
I just the only thing that I find weird is not trying to tell her that, not trying to be like, hey, can I take your dog or your cat to the vet? It looks like like say you're gonna do it, not ask her to do it, but at least say it instead of like plan an escape fake story and kill it.
Because he said also he was planning to give the cat to someone else if it survived, which I find a little bit weird. He was.
I mean, they're going to be living together. It's kind of crazy. But
yeah, I know.
He was like living in the same house with her. Isn't it kind of crazy to be straight-faced lying
I am
about the
confused
cat?
about the logistics. He was in the house.
She's going to explain it.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
But let me just be clear. Those things that I've seen about him, I don't believe it. I think that's just, for the most part, just crazy fans making up shit.
He seems like the good guy, as far as I can tell. At
Yeah, I
this
mean,
moment.
the story checks out.
Yeah.
Just logically, it all sounds
Okay, so yes, she made three main responses. I'm not exactly sure the order, but I believe this came before the videos we just watched.
Now, what's interesting to note is that she's just finding all this out for the first time too.
Right.
Yeah, that's
somebody stole her cat, and there was this guy, and pretended she ran away. Let's hear her.
And I believe that comes in her third video. I believe these were before the reveal.
Things going around about my cat 7. There's an account that
Turn it up.
posted screenshots and videos from someone saying that they lived in the Go House, saying that they took my cat and pretended to leave the door open because I didn't take care of her and I malnourished her and they were taking my cat to the vet. So they pretended that it ran away so that they could do that without confrontation. To make a very long story short, because there's a lot of things in between, again, I 1000% did not malnourish my cat, not take care of my cat, or not give my cat attention. During the process of before my cat got out, and there's videos online too, I can't find them because I don't have 3 accounts. I don't remember which account it was posted on. It also could have been my ex's account, but there's a video of my ex holding 7 and us talking about how she was sick. During that time period, 7 was sick, but it wasn't to the point of her being overly sick.
Pause it.
It wasn't from not being fed or not having water. I talked to the adopter. There's still a lot of things going around.
Do we have evidence of this? Of her with her boyfriend before talking about the cat being sick?
Yes.
There is. Okay,
Yeah, she didn't want to show the footage because they're broken up, but she does end up doing it.
Okay, good.
About my cat 7. There's an account that posted screenshots and videos from someone saying that they lived in the Go House, saying that they took my cat and pretended to leave the door open because I didn't take care of her and I malnourished her and they were taking my cat to the vet. So they pretended that it ran away so that they could do that without confrontation. To make a very long story short, because there's a lot of things in between, again, I 1000% did not malnourish my cat, not take care of my cat, or not give my cat attention. During the process of before my cat got out, and there's videos online too, I can't find them because I don't have 3 accounts. I don't remember which account it was posted on. It also could have been my ex's account, but there's a video of my ex holding 7 and us talking about how she was sick. During that time period,
Did it
7
restart?
was sick, but it wasn't to the point of her being overly skinny. It wasn't from not being fed or not having water. I talked to the adoption center within that time period asking what I should do. Should I take her to the vet? Should I wait it out? What do I do? And I was told she could just have a cold. So literally within the time period, 2 days period of me waiting was when this was all happening. And I'm saying this because there's videos of a sick cat who was having seizures and who was really skinny. And for me it was that it was my cat and that I had malnourished my cat.
Bending her fingers too much.
So the top comment on the video, I think, is the finger bends are killing me.
Pause it. I didn't hear anything. I just heard her finger bending.
Still a lot of things.
Are you getting that you getting that white glove service?
I'll say this. I'm feeling for you today. I don't know how you guys sit under these lights. These lights are fucking melting.
Oh, he's hot. You can't see the PowerPoint.
I can't see the TV. I can't read.
You're doing amazing.
You're doing great, Amy.
That's what I'm saying. This job ain't easy, folks.
I try to tell them.
Not easy. Especially with that.
Not easy.
With that laptop that you
I
have.
try to tell people.
You get used to it. I mean, yeah, as much as I can. So wait, but we were halfway through. I want to watch the whole thing.
Not from the beginning.
I think we were like right here. Yeah, the finger bends.
She is a real person who was living in the house. You have malnourished her, and she was nowhere near the extent as to what the videos and pictures are online. Again, I'm addressing it like this because no one's stepped up to me or contacted me, and I'm obviously equally as shocked as anyone else seeing it that this is being put out there against me. And also, whoever this is, if it actually is a real person who was living in the house, you have my phone number. You can contact me. And again, if it is, you obviously need to contact me because a lot of this is misconstrued. And this is all that I can really say in this video until that person reaches out to me. And no matter what, at the end of the day, that's not true. I did not malnourish her. There's evidence on the Go House YouTube channel that I cared about 7, that she had food and water. It's also being said that I went and visited Texas for a month and left her without food and water. That did not happen. Nowhere during the house did I leave for a month.
The cat would die. Yeah, with water for a month.
The entire time because I went during the weekend to do something for my birthday, and some people were pissed off about it. But I was one of the only people in the house that did not leave at all. At the end of the day, you can watch any of my videos from a few years ago till now. I very obviously am an animal lover. I have animals at both of my houses, my mom's and my dad's, and they're a part of my content. And I film 24/7 all the time. I love animals, and I would never purposely or even accidentally not take care of a cat in that way, or they're being starved. Period.
So this is obviously before he put out his video.
Right.
This is when it's just the Reddit post, is my understanding.
Yeah.
Okay, well, she's gonna need to provide some receipts.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at on this. Let's see the proof, girl.
Yeah, a lot of people pointed it out that if she didn't make this video, because she replied to a somewhat small Reddit thread, so she actually blew this up herself.
Really?
Is what my understanding. So I was thinking that if she didn't do this, this would not have become a thing.
Whoa.
I thought it was already kind of, people were already talking about
small
it.
rumor 2 years ago. There was like one podcast clip, and she really blew it up.
So yeah, I think my understanding is that the podcast clip was going around, and she like lightly talked about it. She didn't think anything serious of it. Maybe just get a video out of it. And then that's when the Reddit post and Snark came out, and then everything went to shit.
That makes sense why everybody started watching all that old stuff. Okay, that's interesting. Part 2.
Here's proof that what I'm saying is true. I didn't want to make this video because it had.
Why did you
videos
film
of,
doing
like, my
that?
ex,
Stop.
And it's just like I know.
Stop, pause. Why did she go back? She didn't. She could have waited. Why did she film herself like flipping her eyelids inside out for no reason?
Here's proof that what I'm saying.
Also, why is it so quiet?
I didn't want to make this
Why did she?
video
Why did she
because
start
it
filming
has
like that?
videos of like my ex, and it's just like
Am I the only
know it's
one?
gonna open a
I
whole
think she was just itching her eye.
I know,
It
but
looked
why?
crazy.
Unrelated. Just
no, it's a very serious allegation, so I'm just gonna put it out there. Sorry to anyone's face that I'm putting in these videos, but I obviously have to defend my name with such a big allegation. Again. There is this video of my ex with 7 on August 1st. I moved rooms because this is a picture, and I'll show you these in full on August 4th. During the nighttime, 8 p.m. was whenever I finished putting my closet together. Here's the video of my ex with my cat on August 1st. Bless you.
Gotta stop getting sick.
My ex says, you gotta stop getting sick, dude, because my cat would get sick often. My cat would get sick for like 2 or 3 days. It would just be a cold. So whenever the adoption center told
It
me.
sounds like the cat was sick and she didn't take it to the vet.
Right. Yep.
She's like, my cat kept getting sick.
That's the thing. Yeah. Either way.
You know, I don't think it's normal to get sick.
I mean, that's the problem with like 18-year-olds having a pet. I feel like I don't think she's taking it as seriously as probably somebody else would have. It sounds like she does care, but she's like, oh, the cat has a cold. I just need to wait it out.
Yeah.
Is that even a thing? Like, the cats get a cold?
Yeah. They can get sick, but if it keeps happening,
If it keeps happening, it would be a red flag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
She never brought the cat to the vet, right, Amy?
Not to my knowledge.
So that's kind of the issue.
No, she said.
She
said something about she called and they said she could wait it out.
Yeah, she called, I think, did she say the shelter or?
The adoption.
Yeah, she
Oh, the
Right. Called the
adoption
pound. She got it.
So this cat was checked by a vet at
Presumably at the time of adoption.
Okay.
Yeah.
These people don't ever trust them. Like when we got Ducky, he was having like diarrhea and he was puking his food out and stuff, and he was like so hungry. It was kind of scary. And I was like, dude, what's up with this? He's like, he's eating too much. He's overeating.
Yeah.
I was like, man, fuck that. I took him to the vet, and he had some kind of like parasitic worm. And then I was like, hey, dude, just so you know, all of your other dogs probably have this too. Idiot.
My cats, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. My cats were almost dying when they were initially fostered, when they were like a couple weeks old. And they had colds. And a cold can kill a cat. It really can.
Especially a young one.
Yeah, and the same there. We called the adoption place and was like, should we come in? And they said, no, you can wait a little bit. And we ended up going in anyways, luckily. Because they were getting really bad, and I can understand leaving them and not going in, and it's too late. You know?
Wow.
So it's definitely...
Always take it. Always do the test.
Yep.
And it's hard, it's tough to make that decision because it's sometimes it's very fucking expensive.
It is expensive.
But like, so
And
I don't
sometimes
think
it's
everyone,
for nothing.
you know, most of the time it's for nothing.
Yeah.
but like, it's so hard to know, man, for that. It just sucks that it's so expensive. Yep. Anyway. Okay.
Okay.
Could just be cold. I didn't think anything of it. That's August 1st, and within 3 days of that video is when my back door was left open. I would hang out with Seven all the time. Like, she was my cuddle buddy. I have a picture of me saying my cuddle buddy, or a video. This is in the master bedroom before I moved rooms. Anytime I had friends over, we would hang out with Seven. This is me proving that I cared about Seven, but also the state that she was in within just a few days before that had happened, before the door was left open. When I tell you all of that stuff's just as shocking to y'all, or to me as it is to y'all, I'm meaning it, because here is literal proof. This was July 27th, also less than a week before the door was left open. It says I got Seven a water fountain. And also see the tree that I got in the back.
Wow, water.
Always got her toys.
So
always
nice.
got her new things.
Could have
She
used
was
that
taken
earlier.
care of. Here is a picture of Seven and I before.
He looks good, right? He looks healthy there.
So July 9th. Me cuddling with her purring. She was loved. Very. She would even be in here when I was the biggest piece of evidence from this is obvious.
Do you guys think that's those videos as proof are weird? Like, if you want to show like photos or videos with your pet like being loving, like that's the best you got. Like those.
I agree. Right. Something I noticed when she's talking about her cat too, like when people who really love their animals talk about their pets, they talk about like, he was my best friend. So I was devastated. Like it was so painful, that cat. You know, like I'm not getting the sense that she has a deep affection for this cat. I feel like she would be talking differently about it, because these animals are so important to us. They're so special. It's not just an animal.
Yeah.
To you.
It's like, she might have taken care of the cat well. She gave it water, she fed it.
Which is fine, and that doesn't make her bad.
But the issue is that she didn't take it to the vet when it was sick. It was clearly super sick at the end of its life. And to the point where when it finally was brought to the vet, it's like, we gotta put this. It's too late. Get this cat out of its misery. Yeah. I mean, she fucked up. Obviously, it's bad.
Well, let's see.
Real quick, no disrespect. I'm sorry to Seven for wearing glasses. I have bitch ass eyes. My eyes are killing me from the lights. I'm sorry. Just want to throw it out there.
Disrespect.
All due respect.
Shout out to Seven.
Shout out.
Up in kitty heaven.
Obviously, the video on August 1st, which is literally 3 days before my door was left open, of my ex holding my cat and said, "You gotta stop getting sick, man." I have videos from Go House that I said I didn't want to clip because it shows certain people's faces, but I'm gonna go ahead and clip them. This is the cover of the video. That's my ex and I sitting right there. I'm going to put an overlay over it because I still don't want to show other people's faces and bringing them into this, because I know everyone in this house is over Go House drama that happened 2 years ago, almost 3. And I'm not saying that to dismiss this at all. I'm saying it as in we all went through a lot during that house. Anytime I see anyone out, we don't like talking about it.
I say it, but the cat, you can bleep it. There's a cat, and mid to the cat.
Bleep.
And that's an issue, obviously, you know? So, I have one solution.
It was an issue in the house for me to have the cat, but the reason I was able to have the cat is they were supposed to, but I begged the producers to let me have the cat in the house. Because for a few weeks,
Yeah, they weren't supposed to have cats in the house, but she was able to get one in.
as in we all went through a lot during that house. Anytime I see anyone out, we don't like talking about it.
I say it, but the cat, you can bleep it. There's a cat, and mid to the cat.
Bleep.
And that's an issue, obviously, you know? So, I have one solution.
This as evidence is kind of like not helping her.
Right.
In the sense that
it's just kind of weird.
He's just acknowledging there's a cat.
Right.
There was a cat. And he's annoyed by it, which tells me that if the cat was just being well treated and in the room, it wouldn't annoy him. He seems annoyed that the cat's there.
Well, am I understanding that there was a no pet policy?
Yeah.
But who gives a fuck?
But I think the producers ultimately let her bring it.
Okay.
And then, but the thing is, another thing that people are alleging is that she kept the cat in the room all the time. Like it was always locked up in the room.
That I believe.
Yeah.
I mean, I think you probably have to do that in a content house.
Yeah, especially
they're
if
not
people
going to be
have allergies.
responsible to keeping the cat safe or from running out.
Not a great situation.
No,
What a cat in.
It's not.
They deserve better than that.
Yeah. And wait, a side note. a lot of people are saying get pet insurance, which is a really good point. So if people don't know about it, you should get pet insurance. It covers a lot.
Oh, yeah. Right.
I was broke when I had my dog. Pet insurance saved my ass, especially like neutering and everything. Like, yeah.
We never got that. It's good to know that it actually is good.
Yeah, it was like $20 a month, I think.
Oh, that's so worth it.
Yeah. The shots alone and all that were, I think, in the hundreds. So,
is there a deductible?
I don't remember. I don't think when I had the dog, he ever got sick. So, but for the surgery, I think there was a deductible for the neutering.
Very cool though.
I have the cat in the house because for a few weeks she was at the adoption center while I was at the house, which I didn't know previously before moving in. And then when I went over and I was told I can't have her, which is something I will admit was not the best thing, obviously. But I had the master bedroom, and that was my reason because it was bigger than my apartment. So even if Seven couldn't roam the 4-story house that we were in, my room was like 1,800 square feet, which was bigger than my apartment. So that made sense. And her being in my room, I knew I wouldn't leave any doors open, any windows open, which is something that I couldn't guarantee had she been able to roam around the full house. There's another random clip that I'm going to film more on the house. If you want to watch, but I'll show y'all this clip because I obviously went back and watched a few of the videos.
What was 1,800 square feet? There's no way. That's true. That's like a whole house.
Yeah, it's way bigger than my apartment. Fuck.
No, there's no shot. What are you
Jealous.
talking about? That's like a family, the size of like a family house.
I mean,
Three-bedroom.
if it is this content houses, they're usually like mansions, right? I guess it could be that big. I don't know.
Possible.
Really?
Like, damn, dude.
I don't know,
Sweet
man.
deal.
That's a fucking monster room.
Yeah, she said she got the biggest.
The master suite.
Yeah, the master suite because she had the cat.
Oh,
so
there you go.
I don't think the space was an issue necessarily.
The house might be public. We could probably see what the house was, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, if her room was 1,800 square feet, then it's not such a big deal if the cat was left in there. But
Yeah.
there's no
definitely
fucking
not.
way that's possible.
Is it possible she brought the cat just to get the biggest room? That was the play.
I don't know.
No such thing as a coincidence.
Yeah, someone said my 2-bedroom house is 1,800 square feet. Exactly.
Right,
There's no shot. There's
Yeah,
no
but they
shot.
usually go for those like Dan said, they're like
opulent ass mansions.
Yeah, they're in a
Where
mansion.
was this? Where was this?
Well, the Go
Assuming
House.
in
I mean,
LA.
Okay, there's no house in LA that I know of that short of like, these fucking gated communities that are $60 million plus that would have a single room the size of 1,800 square feet. That's like the size of this entire space, Hila. Like this entire...
No, I know that it's crazy.
There's
but
no shot. I say, as the kids say, I'm gonna call cap on that.
I'm trying to find like a house tour or something right now.
Yeah, there's gotta be.
Called the Go House.
Yeah.
Did they have one in Dublin?
Yeah,
too?
so it started in
Okay.
Dublin and then they brought it over here.
All right, so let me try and find.
Yeah,
the LA
everybody's
one.
tripping. There's no way. It doesn't make a sense. That's like the size of an entire floor of a
I mean, I
big house.
agree. It seems absurd. The only reason I'm giving it any credence is that there are some pretty over-the-top mansions in LA. So
Yeah.
it's possible. It's not totally out of the question.
Yeah.
I've never seen a room that big in any house. 1,800 square feet.
Well, that's because you're
Wait.
brokey, dude.
Was it you that said that she got the biggest room because of the cat?
Yeah.
Right.
Do you remember you heard that? Because
No.
interesting then that she lost the cat the night she was moving rooms.
Yeah.
Well, that's interesting. It was interesting. I'm not.
Can we
finding a Go House
visualize?
tour.
Can we visualize it? I'm really curious. How big is this space? 1,800 square feet. Like, how do we measure that as a square here in the office?
Somebody.
I think we can probably find what the house
Here,
was.
a fan just coincidentally just now, Comrade Casey here, shout out, just sent me this, which I think does exactly that. So these are 1,800 square feet houses.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this kind of gives you a sense of scale here. Here's a 3-bedroom house that's 1,800 square feet.
It's huge.
Yeah, I mean
that's a nice
a lot
size
of space.
That's a decent sized family home.
Is it possible we misheard her?
Or she?
Maybe she
That
misspoke.
reacted the
That
same
is
way. Okay.
possible.
Or she just misspoke. It's
I mean,
fine.
she might have a.
It probably was big.
She might have a 180 square foot room, which is like a nice sized room.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
if she has the master bedroom in a mansion, I think probably it's enough for a cat. Or
Yeah.
I'd say so because there's many people who live in like studios with a cat.
Yeah.
That works. That's why cat room is better than or cats are better than dogs for certain people.
Right.
Okay, Olivia might have found something. Let me scrub through this real quick.
We're gonna get to the bottom of this square footage. We're gonna get inside. Love that.
Yeah, here, we don't need to do it. I guess this will just give us a sense of the house.
These TikTok people they're like Mormons. They have a certain glaze to them.
They do. There is a
They do
TikTok
have the
glaze.
glaze.
These guys are they want to be Disney, but they're also like just degenerates.
Chat saying your fridge is 1,800 square feet.
Yeah,
Right.
It's
dude.
not.
Right.
It's not even that big. 1,800 square.
Don't be humbly.
It's like you walk in and it's like the Doctor
fridge room in
Who's.
Costco.
Exactly. It's Doctor Who's phone booth.
So this seems to just be primarily showing the shared spaces. I mean, this looks like a big house. It doesn't look like a house that would have an 18.
No, it does not.
Look how much it's divided up.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Just
So
seeing the rest
I am a little skeptical seeing this video.
1,800 square foot.
This girl plus the music is giving me like a cold ending here.
Is she gonna go in the master? Like, what are we doing?
No, it seems I'm scrubbed through. It seems like it's mostly the common spaces. I don't
But
think
just
it's
from getting a feel for the house, it's not an 1,800 square foot bedroom.
Yeah. Also, she showed videos of her bed and the cat earlier.
Oh.
But yeah, and her room wasn't big at all.
It wasn't massive. But I still think it's enough for a cat.
Oh wait,
Yeah.
you might have really found some goods here. This is her, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Ooh.
Go up here. There's a room. There's a workout room. I can't show you this in here. And there's another room. There's an elevator. Go up another flight. Another flight.
Obviously, need to take a break. Oh, here we go.
The room.
It is big.
That's
Yeah.
big, but that's not.
It's like an apartment.
Playing like dog shit.
A really nice apartment.
Oh, with that
With the
bathroom,
bathroom?
too.
Actually,
closet.
it's nicer than an apartment.
Yeah.
It is.
This is also a closet.
That's really big.
Okay, wait a minute. Maybe she's right.
No,
That looks
this
huge.
isn't all her room, is it? With the pool table?
I think so.
I don't know about the pool table, but the bathroom and the closet and everything.
Let me watch that again.
Yeah, here's the bedroom.
The bedroom's too big.
She shows all this, and then
there's
she
3
shows
beds in there.
she shows the bathroom.
Bathroom
Look
is
at
big, really big.
Really big.
really big.
Then
And then she says a second bathroom.
But hold on. No. She's taking a
No,
different
she was
angle.
going
Is
to
it
a
Jack
closet.
and Jill type thing?
Okay.
No.
Okay, and then she.
So then she has a closet, which is big.
So 2 walk-in closets.
No
and
shot.
then she
That
walks
is
out of
possible.
Yeah, and then-
The Jack and whatever they
Jack
do that.
and Jill bathroom,
They do
yeah.
that.
This is not her room, though.
No,
No.
not this last part.
That's what I'm saying. Jack and Jill connects the bathroom to another bedroom.
Yeah.
I still don't think it's 1,800 square feet, but it's obviously very big. And the point is, it's big enough for a cat.
Certainly big enough
Oh,
for a
yeah.
cat.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
It's nicer than apartments
Okay.
we've lived in.
Good find.
You lying? Why the fuck you lying? Oh my God! Stop fucking lying! Yeah. Maybe like 700.
Yeah, possibly.
Yeah.
You know, if you're really pushing it.
All right.
Golly.
Oh, is it on your audio now, Dan?
Oh, it was just turned down before. Go ahead. You should be good now.
And in that right here, you can obviously see I had cat food. Keep in mind this video.
Dude, she is self-incriminating. I gave her water. I pet it this one time, and there's cat food.
And here's a video of one of my guys annoyingly saying that I have a cat.
Right.
He's annoyed by it.
Yeah.
It's like she's trying to prove that the cat existed.
All right, well, let me see the cat food.
But I will say,
wow.
her showing that there was water on the floor and like she potentially had food, like